Tonight's stream is brought to you.
I object. I defer. I find you both guilty of helping people for the ridiculously low price of $99.99. In today's broke-ass society, things are harder, so you need things cheaper. So I came up with Jones, cheap-ass prepaid legal and daycare academy. You are not the president. You don't need to make that type of money. You might need my legal services. You're just raising one kid, because I'm going to sue you. At Jones, we don't assess the illegal fees after the case is disposed of. We make it prepaid. Prepaid meaning you need to pay before, just in case I need to invest the money in something else where you may need my services. And I'm going to spend it wisely, fighting for you. And if we can't get you out of child support, we'll provide you with our I defer. I find you. Let them do whatever they want to do, so that when you get them home, they go straight to bed. Which one of y'all, you little Santa Claus ain't coming to none of y'all? There's some books around here somewhere. Jones do a good ass job of watching both mine and my grandbaby. Jones got for me auto insurance. Jones got me this big ass check. Now, friends, you may ask yourself, how could he provide us with such cheap legal services? Well, here's a story about Toby and his baby mama. Hey, Toby, I need my money. I don't have no more money. That's because y'all keep messing up. Y'all keep doing crime. Because I gave it all to you to raise that one little baby you got. And I work from volume. So y'all continue to rob people and take stuff. It ain't your business what I do with the money. So please, come on down to Jones, cheap-ass prepaid legal and daycare academy. Well, it's a place where you can bring your children and get legal advice. Put your hand against the wall. My legal advice to you is don't have no more children. Go ahead and come to the website or give me a call on the new telephone number at 708-46-CASH-1. I'm on call 3 hours a day, 5 hours a week. You looking for who? No, Toby Jones don't work here. You got the wrong number.
And there we go. Jones's prepaid, cheap-ass, prepaid legal daycare academy. Another sponsor of us.
Jones got me that big-ass check, by the way.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Jones got me that big-ass check, too. Jones, big-ass truck rental and storage.com/ by going to this website, I waive my rights to to be sued by Jones. Or something like that. .html. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that is.
Jones is pretty awesome.
And good evening, friends.
Sex for favors.
So people are waiting to hear our big news, but it's not quite 100% quite yet. Maybe 70-75% positive that we are going to be having Ellie on our stream Sunday. And if you don't know, Ellie is the one who designed Dr. Matt Taylor's T-shirt of the now famous Shirtgate. So that should be fucking awesome.
Yeah,
we're going to be going to be discussing Shirtgate and anything on a tangent with regards to, I think, the whole social justice kind of annoyance that we all see at the moment. Because I think she's been quite heavily affected by it and has some positive opinions, and she wants to give as much shout-out support to Mike as...
Matt.
Oh, sorry, Matt. Yeah, I do apologize. Why do I say Mike?
Because you're you got a cock in your ass?
I probably have, even though I'm sitting down right now.
You could have a hole in your chair and pigeons under it thrusting.
Pigeon is... No, he's not muted. He's just incredibly quiet.
Your mum.
There we go. And now we're all here, we can just begin the shit talking.
Yep, just push it out as hard as we can.
Push it real good.
Oh God, don't. That video has been floating around lately. I'm done. I'm out.
No,
yeah. So I'm watching Jerry delete. Our guest tonight is backspace.
Yeah, I was working with it. I'm still getting used to the new format. I'm still getting used to having to do all the tech stuff on my end by myself. But hey.
So, yeah, it is called Shirtstorm, but it's been tangentially, basically being called.
Dirt storm, dirt shit storm.
Yeah, shit in a teacup. Storm in a teacup.
What a waste of a teacup.
So,
I don't know.
Jack says Serb is name retarded. He still calls Jerry Jeremy.
Well, actually, I'd like to call him Jez, but still.
You can call me Jess, I don't care.
We are so going
like Jeremy Kyle, Jez.
God.
Jezza.
Jezza.
Hammond!
So, that's hopefully going to be our big guest for Sunday. And I think she's a ginormously huge guest. That doesn't make sense, but and not like physical appearance wise. I think that's just it's going to be fucking awesome to talk to her.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if I'd be. I'm not going to say it. Maybe I'll say it. I don't know if I could keep my boner down when I'm talking to her.
That's just wrong.
Well, she has tattooed Suicide Girls before.
Nice.
Wow.
I wonder if she can get me some connections.
No, pigeon.
Or at least
No.
I know her tattoo parlor or studio, I think they're calling them now, actually has done Suicide Girls before.
Wow. I'm going to have to talk to her about that.
Oh, yeah, but just don't fucking...
Spaghetti all over the place.
No, not just even spaghetti. Just, you know, that kind of thing.
We don't need
Remember,
to
we
have orgasming on air.
No, we had problem with, you know, when your wife found out you were talking to a porn star. So, you know, you
Yes,
don't need.
I did not tell her ahead of time. She's aware that we will probably be doing this stream early Sunday and who we will be talking to. She had no idea what the hell was going on with any of that, so she doesn't care.
Now,
Okay.
if you guys notice, over in the left-hand side of the video, there's a new hashtag going out that is exclusively ours.
That is true. CF Tales. You can tweet us questions, comments. There's 14 of us watching, so.
Yeah.
Now
15 now. Marco Antonio is here. We are starting our own hashtag just for this stream and this stream only.
where you can talk to us, and we can on it.
I appreciate our chat in a different way because when we had a chat, you know, I was on a stream the other night and there were idiots on there, and I was just like, you know, fucking idiots. And our chat knows our position, you know. It's like we'll say whatever the fuck we want, and they'll say whatever the fuck they want, and everything's gravy.
Yeah.
So.
Jacqueline, well, I'm close. Said, did she really have an issue with talking to a porn star?
Sorta.
No, not really. But when she came downstairs and I was doing the stream and she looked over at the computer screen, all she saw was Mercedes tits.
She saw 80% tits.
She saw tig old biddies.
Oh, she was kind of like, you spend your nights away from the family talking to hoochie mamas? To which I had to explain the situation. Now she's totally cool that she gets it. She's not mad at all. But she still tells me I like to talk to hoochie mamas instead of her, which maybe kind of true, because hoochie mamas would be fun.
Well, I
Keen.
just want to cover the Mike Cernovich thing because I don't actually know what that stream was about. Did he not threaten, but did he challenge Geordie to a boxing match? Because have we confirmed Geordie has no legs? Because I would think that boxing match.
But have you guys seen the movie Kids?
No, you know what you know what honestly I just thought of when Serb said that?
What?
Hot Wheels and Geordie match 1v1 in a boxing ring.
Oh no.
I would pay $10,000 to see that. Are you kidding me?
No, have you guys seen the movie Kids?
No.
Maybe late 80s, early 90s movie? Maybe even later than that. But anyways, there's a scene where a guy is strolling down the street of New York on a skateboard, shaking his jar of change, singing, "I have no legs. I have no legs." And then when Seth said that, all I could picture is Georgie Tate going, "I have no legs. I have no legs."
So you're an ableist shitlord then.
I am an ableist shitlord. But you know what? If you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at, right? Like, if I had no legs, I would make fun of myself for having no legs.
Like the black dude who did the African, not the black, but the actual African guy who did the fucking Ebola rap.
Oh, he did an Ebola
There
rap?
was some guy who did an Ebola rap. I'd have to find it. I don't know where it is.
Okay.
Ebola,
Yeah.
no kissing, no hugging, Ebola.
Okay. I just want to go through a couple of things before we go through that. There was an article that was put out, an op-ed. I think it was an op-ed piece that was put out by The Guardian today, which was like by a feminist that admitted that feminist tactics now are looking toxic. Let me just see if I can get.
Please pull that up.
I'll get it up.
Can we get them in a toxicity race with the League of Legends community? I would.
Yeah,
love
if you-
it. Oh, here's one. Joaquin in the chat suggested Jordy and Hot Wheels need to have a race. I suggested this in KOP's chat like a week ago. Oh my!
That would be beautiful.
That would be wonderful.
And it was also brought to my attention because we were just laughing at Wham earlier today, that one of the figures that was instrumental in Wham also wrote an article about how Thomas the Tank Engine is a misogynistic
No,
crap.
you can't be telling the truth.
Well, it's all meant.
Well, I think it has something.
Go ahead.
I think it has something to do with Ringo Starr. When was it Ringo Starr who used to be the voice? I don't know. But this is the name of the article anyway. Thomas the Tank Engine had to shut the hell up to save children everywhere. Classism, sexism, anti-environmentalism, bordering on racism. Any parent who discovered these hidden lessons will be glad the show star just quit. That was back in July of this year by Tracy
Thomas
Van.
the Tank Engine's a fucking animated. What?
You heard right. Thomas
Never
the
mind.
Tank Engine is sexist. Also, another just absolutely.
No. I want to keep on this. I want Serbs to read it because I don't believe him.
No,
He's reading it,
because
but I
no,
don't
we
believe
will
him.
tackle this. We will tackle this another time because I haven't actually read the article properly yet, and
Okay.
a lot of the comments. But this is the article that I thought that I have read today, which came out today by Julie Bindle. Instead of worrying about the Rosetta scientist wearing a fence's shirt, or Dapper Laughs, or Julian Blanc, we should be tackling the root causes of inequality. Feminism is in danger of becoming toxic. That's the name of the article, but what she says in it, which is ironic, it just goes because she's a feminist and she's saying, root issues and, we're just looking like naggers and stuff like that. The current climate of McCarthyism within some segments of feminism and the left is so ingrained and toxic that there are active attempts to outlaw some views because they cause offence. Petitions against individuals appear to be a recent substitute for political action. So basically, they are saying that the witch hunts don't work. Well, they do work, but they make them look bad. So, and it all started with the shirt. So basically, she's not very apologetic because she still thinks these people are assholes. So she still thinks Matt is an asshole. But there were bigger issues at stake, and she looks like one of those angry type of feminists. Let me just... I'll put it in the chat. Well, yeah, potentially. I know we won't start down that path again.
I will fucking dykes. There you go.
There we go. Anyway, there's the Guardian article. If you want to discuss and dissect at some point.
There was one that I wanted to bring up that I brought up earlier in the week that I thought was I first saw it, and we've talked about this kind of I think ad nauseum for now, which is the article by I think it was Mike MIC, where New York is now basically outlawing quote unquote nut room on subways.
What?
I've heard, but didn't we already discuss this earlier?
We discussed this in who was it, in Robin's stream?
Yeah, with Eric.
Yeah.
So what is nut room?
Basically, the article says it was a triumph of feminism that basically men weren't allowed to spread their legs and take up extra room on the subway. But if you actually read the other articles about it with the contents of what the law was, it basically says, don't be a dick and spread your legs open on the subway just to take up more room.
There's not enough room, yeah.
Yeah. I can bring my mic up, guys. There we go. That should.
I can't. I don't know what's wrong with it. Oh, maybe I'm just being quiet.
Well,
who knows?
Let me do this. That should fix it.
So,
Okay.
what was I going to say? So here's the thing, though, right? Like, okay, so you don't spread your legs just for the sole reason of taking up more room.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. However, women do not understand. Women do not have testicles between their legs, especially on a hot day or a cramped area. When those shits start to stick to your legs and all that, that's astronomically uncomfortable. Sometimes you got to just open your legs to, like, unstick them.
Yeah, quite I have some of the biggest testicles known to mankind, and if I was to sit like that, well, let's face it, who the hell likes somebody strange sitting next to them on like a bus or anything? Most people these days generally put their bag down to stop someone sitting next to them. You know, we're not really. We're not the most sociable type of people on public transport because most of us fucking hate it as it is, so.
Necessary evil for a lot of people.
Yeah, it is a necessary evil.
Yeah.
But here we go. Is that the BuzzFeed one as well?
Yeah, BuzzFeed pulled that up as well.
Okay. Well, if you want to stick the Guardian one up so people can see it, we'll stick this one up in a sec as well.
Just in our stuff or in the chat.
We'll drop it and just give a screen highlight so that it shows that it exists.
So, somebody mentioned in lines that say don't be a dick, but why do we now have laws that say don't be a dick? Shouldn't that just be like human decency? Don't be a dick. Shouldn't people understand that? Why do you need to be told not to be a dick?
It's also a bit sexist, really, because that assumes that people with penises are dicks. That the only thing that can be, you know,
penises are dicks.
the only thing. What? Sorry.
Penises are dicks.
No. Yeah, but the only people that can be dicks by association are those with dicks.
Really?
But that's what the law seems to imply, right? If you have to say if you're a guy and don't open your legs.
Don't be a dick. Don't be a man. That's essentially why, you know, don't act like a man.
Well, and I think it was Maddox who quoted this, but I looked for it and I haven't been able to find it. But it was somebody in relation to the comic book shit on the subject of what you're saying, Serbs. You know the whole Spider-Man thing? And the guy was basically, and I swear it was Maddox, was basically like, so what exactly are you accusing me of? Being a guy? Guilty. You know, like... Don't be a guy. Well, I'm guilty of being a guy. I'm gonna open my legs when my fucking nuts stick to my leg.
And the article's on screen now.
It's always gonna happen.
Feminism is in danger of becoming toxic by Julie Bindel.
Is any relation to Scott? Or no? What the hell was that Cocker guy? Sam? Sam what?
Sam Bill.
No, that's Biddle. That's Biddle.
Biddle, Bindle. I don't know.
No, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to draw the conspiracy, you know, map together with the ball, the yarn strings and the dots, and it's all connected, and it leads back to Gorka. You know.
No, it leads back to diagram.
Some fucking X-Files music.
Wait, have you got the X-Files? You've got it. Put it on.
I
Put the sound.
can. Hang on.
No. Wait, one of you's got the soundboard.
I do.
Feminism is in danger of becoming toxic. It is.
Let me drop the volume here so it doesn't blast everybody's eardrums out.
Michael Palmer, they hate when we tell them to close their legs. Why is it okay for them to say it to us?
Yes, that sound will be in the fucking video.
Not that we can hear it, but...
Yeah, they can't hear it, but I totally can.
I wish we could.
Oh, come on.
That's okay.
Well, Pigeon can do it, but...
Nah, I'm playing things.
You're playing Advanced Warfare, aren't you?
No.
And mine actively passes it to the stream.
Ah, boy,
I
oh
have
boy.
this kind of power.
Wait, what?
So, you know what we have to do? We have to plan this. We should do a show sometime soon talking about parenting, because parenting is fucked, at least in the United States right now. Parents no longer want any responsibility for their children. If there's something wrong with their kids, it's the teacher's fault, it's the community's fault, it's the police fault, it's the government's fault. It's never the parents didn't do their job.
I think the problem with that is that, I mean, you're the only parent on the chat. Well, sorry, in the chat.
As
So
far as
we
I know,
can't
I'm
really-
not a parent. Yeah.
Well, you might have made somebody pregnant at some point,
No,
and then pushed them down the stairs.
that's
But
possible. That I can neither confirm nor deny.
You just ran up and falcon punched, didn't you, just to make sure?
Just
Just
as hard as he could.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Jack wants to know how the soundboard's loud enough, but Jerry's mic is still wonky.
I got the mic issue fixed. Hopefully now it should be a lot louder.
I think Jerry just has his cock in the mic.
Nah, not yet.
Well-
Not yet.
As a code, we do plan these things. We actually planned yesterday, and then we just totally forgot everything.
Yeah, we need to start writing it down. I'm gonna throw up. I don't know. I'm not.
Well, I'm thinking of getting a notice board somewhere, just so when we got random ideas, I can just write them and pin them to the thing.
I wonder if we could get like an Asana or something like that, which is like really a task tracking system. But I mean,
So wait,
Just-
you're saying we should download Twine?
no.
Oh my god,
Though
we're through the
we
looking
should
glass
actually-
here. Where's the X-Files music?
Hang on.
Actually, we should do that one of these Sunday streams. Make a Twine game. Take 2 hours, and we should all make a Twine game together.
Oh god, could you imagine?
And the word
shit
dyke
that
be
we-
in it.
The word diagram can be in it.
No,
That's
he said dyke, not diagram.
Oh, Dyke can be in it too.
How about
Jesus
airport?
fuck people.
No. How about the main character's name is Diger the Dyke?
10 out of 10.
Can airport be a cameo appearance?
Can who?
Polygon quote at the bottom. This shit's progressive, yo.
Hashtag,
Yeah,
That's the
exactly.
Polygon review.
hashtag wrecked.
No, I want to know. Pigeon, who do you want to make the cameo?
Airport.
Airport? Sure. Airport,
Oh.
she can make, Diger the Dyke can land on the airport.
Also, by the way, for that wrecked, I did play the MLG air horn.
Oh, no. It's annoying. I can't hear any of this shit, and I'd be giggling like an idiot right now if I could hear that. Oh.
No, we are not making a depression quest. We are not going to play Minecraft. We are going to make a game in Twine one of these Sundays where the main character is Diger the Dyke, who lands on an airport. Or lands on airport.
What?
We don't know what they're going to do when Diger lands on airport, but they're going to do something.
It's gonna be like every hentai fanfic I've ever seen.
It's going to be, you're gonna write the fanfic part because you're the one who's crushing on airport.
Like,
Just a little bit.
dude.
Just a little bit. I just wanna cut off my ears and send it to her in the mail. It's not bad.
I mean, you could always just send her a syringe full of semen. I'm sure she'd appreciate that.
Not a turkey based.
Nah, turkey based would be better.
Dude, if you could throw a turkey baster with semen, I would love
I
you.
would be impressed.
Oh god! You would love me.
I would love you.
It's like the shame box thing from Reddit. Have you guys ever seen that? The box of shame?
What, you mean the semen box?
Yes!
Box.
You know what I'm talking about, the box
The
of
shame
shame.
box filled with cum.
Yeah.
That's
No, I
all
haven't
like
seen it.
going. It's all like going off and rotting, and it's all just glazed over repeatedly with loads of cum.
That's gross.
Jack, Twine is a game engine that was used to... is a taskmaster engine... or task tracking engine, rather, that was used to make Depression Quest. And to make Depression Quest, all you genuinely had to do was edit 5 lines and enter text.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna make a
Sucks.
game. We're gonna make a game with Twine, and we're gonna release it on our soon-to-be CampfireTales.tv website that I will purchase just to host our Twine game. And we'll all make it together. The chat and everybody. We'll all get involved, and the main character's name is Diger the Dyke.
Oh, God.
Because this will make sure that we all get hired in the future, won't it?
Well, the industry's blacklisting anybody, but we're not anybody's. We're nobody, so
Exactly.
Safe.
we're good, man.
I can fucking
I
delete
mean-
my Twitter. I'm happy with that.
We got fucking 21 viewers. It's all good.
Yeah.
You know, then I don't think any of the people here are going to be blacklisted.
By the way, I
More
can
active
beat
viewers
your
than Jenny Barrage on her
stomping
first
record.
videos.
Whoa, are we
I
going
can-
there yet?
I just did.
So I just want to say it's 2v6 at the moment, and I'm on 2.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
God.
pretty good.
Okay, I know we wanted to say this for maybe later in the show, but this is too good. I have pulled up R Not the Onion from Reddit. And there is the new normal Barbie. This is the name of the post. The new normal Barbie has an average woman's proportions and sticker packs with cellulite, freckles, and acne.
Wow.
Yes.
Like,
That is from Time magazine.
That's interesting, that is.
Yeah.
Did I see? I saw an article the other day as well. Well, it wasn't an article actually. It was a comment that Time shouldn't have caved in to, well, actually, someone was applauding Time for having feminism on the banned list, and it was actually a female that was saying it. But I think it was one of those atrocious people that was on The Apprentice. But they were saying feminism is. Should have been on there. Time shouldn't have caved and things like that, or something.
Oh, did my
I
mic
was
die
just-
again?
What's that? Sorry.
Jack saying my mic died again. It's probably because I was sitting away from it. It could just be the positioning of my mic tonight.
I think the positioning is somewhere south, isn't
Yeah,
it? It's somewhere up your ass.
No, it's one.
Yeah,
it's
it's
one
close to his
big cock. Yeah,
Okay.
it is my cock. Actually, I'm using my penis as a mic.
That's
Confirmed.
beautiful.
I knew it.
It's impressive, isn't it? It's that new Apple mic.
All right, so Serbs, what were you saying?
Well, no, I just found it quite interesting that at the moment in the media, feminism seems to be taking a bit of a bashing. Well, over here anyway. It's still fucking rampant in your country, you poor bastard.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I'm so sympathetic.
I mean, it was a cold day in hell when I agreed with Boris Johnson about,
Anything.
the mayor of London saying that, Matt should not have been, fucking jumped on by these assholes. These vitriolic assholes.
Totally.
And there was an interesting post about a guy who actually wrote in the comments, who I think was someone at university, who was like, let's not fucking, be nice, Boris. These people are clearly not interested in a discussion. They're just purely out there for hate, which it's quite funny. It took Gamergate. They're still saying that Gamergate has created all sorts of hate in different sort of spheres, with the whole Wham thing that's going on now. And that Wham thing needs to be properly investigated, because that just seems like a real knee-jerk fucking reaction. They're cherry-picking the Pew Report as well for statistics. This tech magazine the other day. Oh my god, I am awesome at Call of Duty. I decided to try and cross the map and fall into the ocean. There we go. I just filmed. That was brilliant.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, I
Have you
can't.
got another one?
I can't mantle. I can't mantle for shit. So yeah, that's what I wanted to. The other point of discussion that we were going to have a sort of roundtable about was people's reactions to publishers, developers who say something, or certain members of developers, studios, like, for instance, Blizzard recently, where people just come out flatly and go, oh, Blizzard have always been shit. Their opinions have always been, absolutely wank. And that's only because one
A lot of
person...
Gamergate's responses, though, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
it seems to be like we need to learn to be a bit more understanding than the other side, quote unquote. Otherwise it does just look, it's us versus them, and that's not going to get us anywhere.
Yeah.
It's so easy to poo-poo anyone else.
Whoa, wait. So you guys remember that Twitter? Somebody mentioned this on in our chat to check out Internet Aristocrat. So I did, and there was that Twitter user Op0 Mercy who was trying to get everybody in Gamergate banned by reporting them directly to Wham.
Yeah.
Internet Aristocrat tweeted 4 hours ago, I thought shit talking to Op0 Mercy would get me banned, not the other way around. Goddamn women, goddamn Wham, you are some serious, you some incompetent fucks. And if you go to Op0 Mercy, account suspended.
Wow.
Wow, so they're actually doing something decent?
Well, considering that Zero Mercy was that ex-Bungie developer, supposedly, which isn't ex-Bungie developer, but it isn't confirmed that was an ex-Bungie developer. It was probably just a fucking burner account. It was an absolute fucking asshole. Didn't that account get banned as well?
Did it?
I think
I'm
it
not
did.
sure.
Let me check.
So,
Bungie Dev. No, it's still active. No, is it? No.
ex-Bungie dev?
Yeah. So when I
all-
look for their
Is it all one word?
when I search their name, the links to what would be their name or what would be their Twitter pages are not links.
Well, that person was whoever that was calling for the doxing and harassment of Gamergators and hacking as well of Gamergators. So
apparently, Zero Mercy doxed people.
Yeah.
well, no, was calling for, so inciting.
And then he said, not only that, look at Internet Aristocrat's tweet from about 12 hours ago. King of Pole, go into /V when Pole is the superior choice. What?
I can be your Nero, baby. Thanks, Milo.
Is somebody trying to be relevant again, though? Internet Aristocrat? I thought he kind of bowed out of all this shit.
I'm trying to see what you want me to look at. I'm not seeing anything that jumps out at me as crazy. Here, I got an idea for you.
Satori Mask, right there. Zero Mercy under his new name is saying he's going to kill himself on Twitch. Can you provide us with a handle?
Yes, can you please provide us with a handle? Shin, tweet. Actually, Shin, here's an idea. Why don't you tweet to #CFTales the link to the tweet of IAs you want us to look at?
Yeah.
Wait, there's another person threatening them to kill themselves tonight as well. Margaret Gell's swatter
What?
apparently said. You know Margaret Gell? The
Yes.
one that does all the signal boosting for Gamergate? Yeah, apparently her swatter, doxer, whatever the fuck, the person that called the police on her, is threatening to kill himself or something.
Yeah, I see
But
that.
that was happening before stream as well.
At
so,
Vile Wicked Evil. And it wasn't Twitch, it was Hitbox. And I actually have the tweet. I'm going on Hitbox in a moment and will live stream my suicide for Gamergate. I'll be your sacrifice for gaming ethics.
Okay, let's call that bullshit. and
Yeah,
move
that's
on.
going to be bullshit.
Yeah.
Because
That's-
Hitbox will catch the fuck out of that.
And does it really need talking? It's just drama again.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know Gamergate has a penchant for drama, but maybe we need to focus on ethics in journalism.
Well,
just a thought, guys.
we have a penchant for drama when we're bored.
Exactly.
Yeah. I will admit that's probably about 80% of Gamergate's involvement has been around boredom. I mean, it happened during a slump in fucking summer, you know. Well, the end of slump, should I say. We were waiting for good games to come out. I mean, that's probably...
No, Bad Palmer.
What's that?
Can I tweet shemale porn to that tag?
No.
No. We don't condone that. We don't condone it. We're not holding you back, though. We'll put it that way.
Wait, this can't be true. These have to be trolls. So, Internet Aristocrat posted a picture of the Wham website, and I'm going to give you guys the link. While I'm reading this, I need somebody from our Hangout to go verify this actually exists on their website. And it's under What People Say. After my husband left me citing body odor as the reason, I was devastated. For a long time, I thought my natural fragrance was bad, but thanks to Wham, I know now that dead fish is a pleasant smell and that my husband was a sexist. With Wham's help, I'll make sure my son knows this too, but forcing him to wear my used panties as a sleeping mask. Or I'll make sure my son knows this too by forcing him to wear my panties as a sleeping mask. We really can change the world, one person at a time.
Okay, that sounds hilariously bullshit. So
Yeah, that is an absolute trolling.
It's hard for me to believe that just 3 years ago I was sucking dick for crack outside a local Denny's. Now look at me, thanks to Wham, people now think my opinion matters and I don't have to bend a knee to the patriarchy anymore. Thanks, Wham.
Is this just designed to be inflammatory?
This can't be true.
Well, no, it's trolling on an epic scale, but it's not gonna. It's counterproductive if anything.
Yeah, trolling does us no good.
Because the whole reason they were brought in was because of trolling. You know, creating the atmosphere that justifies their existence is fucking stupid. While amusing. It's like, come on, have some fucking common sense, guys.
So I don't see any of those on the website, so I wonder if that was just somebody fucking with it.
Mm.
It's got to be somebody fucking with Wham. An internet aristocrat got trolled. Because they don't exist. Those quotes don't exist on their website. Though it's hilarious. What's the other one say? Some of these are fucking hilarious. Let me go back. That's got to be an 8chan thing. I used to wipe my ass after taking massive dumps, but after meeting Wham, I came to realize that the only reason I did so was patriarchy. My poopy butt is nothing to be ashamed of, and I am proud of it, like I am proud of my heavy free-bleeding flow. The best part is that if anyone says, "Hey, fat fuck, you smell like shit," Wham will get them banned off Twitter. Thanks, Wham, for sparing my feelings and making sure that free speech is an afterthought on social media and not just a focal point. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a few tubs of butter to eat before going on a date with my cuckold Steven.
Oh, man.
Me.
Oh, whoever wrote these is wonderful.
It's a genius. Fuck. I couldn't have come up with better material if I tried.
I don't know what Wham is, but they told me they'd pay me in tampons to say how great they are, so here goes. Wham is awesome. That one's not nearly as cool.
I don't know.
That was still pretty funny.
Okay. So, Wham aside, no, I think certain people are going to be doing videos on the idiocy that is Wham. Because one of the authors wrote this... seriously, some of those tweets or comments there, and all right, okay. There's a Jezebel article written under the pseudonym, which is actually related to one of the Wham contributors at the moment, which basically reads a bit like that: how she was a tubby girl and felt sexually liberated by fucking lots of people.
Of course she would.
It's like a slut manifesto almost, but I think she pretty much calls it that, her slutty days or some shit. And it also talks about how she trolled Craigslist for like hookups and finally met a feminist man.
Jesus fucking Christ!
And
it's massive as well. It's almost as long as a fucking Mills and Boon book.
is her pen name Sanita Arkeesian?
No. Unfortunately, nothing is blatant.
Oh, I'm sad now.
Are you a sad puppy?
That is too bad. I'm going to mute for a second here, guys, while I go outside and have a smoke.
Oh, you're lucky.
So, Walco does that, since this is Wednesday Wankathon. I'm going to get us some hilarious news stories up. And just read these off. And get our guys' commentary. And you guys in the chat, too, so... And...
I just muted while I was walking through the house.
Okay. So, top stories for today on Are Not the Onion. We already said that, we already had the new normal Barbie. That was actually posted through our all, so it got enough upvotes to get to there. The top 5 of today, hotcakes are actually not selling well at all.
What aren't?
Hotcakes. Remember the phrase selling like hotcakes?
Yes.
Yeah, apparently hotcakes are actually not selling well at all.
So So we could say Destiny sold like hotcakes.
Oh, shots fired.
I'll be here all night, guys. Ooh, fuck.
Well,
My
I was
city.
thinking of jumping on the Destiny bandwagon. I don't know if anybody here has actually played it.
I'm not a fan of shooters, but I didn't enjoy it.
Oh, you have played it then?
Yeah, it wasn't for me. Then again, there's the only shooter I've actually liked is Halo 3.
Really?
Everybody tells me that's like the worst Halo, so then maybe you shouldn't trust my judgment on first-person shooters.
I don't trust any of your judgments usually, so let's not.
Actually, that's a lie because I really did when I was in Firefall in the alpha. Like I got like the first round of invites,
Nice.
But
and I really enjoyed Firefall.
okay, right. But say, you say that you. What about Halo Reach? Seriously, I believe that was the pinnacle of fucking at least Bungie's storytelling because they actually.
I agree. I actually really like. Actually, you know what? I lie. I say I like Halo 3 was my favorite shooter. It might be Halo Reach, and you believe it or not, the reason why is the combat was slower, and I'm not twitchy, so I had a real hard time with like Halo 1 and 2, where the combat was more fast paced.
Another thing from Not the Onion. This isn't as silly as the number 3 story, so I'm chucking that back. The title at UC Davis, students can't register until they concede it's wrong to say, "I'd hit that."
I would never concede that because it's not wrong to say that. You know who I would have sex with every night of the week, and twice on Sundays. Vivian James. Some of these drawings of Vivian James, I'm like, yeah, I so would.
I did like the jokey one from Desert Punk, the fucking Mega Milk T-shirt girl, Vivian James.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you what, if Vivian James was real, I wouldn't even turn the lights off. Like, I would.
Well, thanks for that revelation code. And on that.
Now,
note-
they draw her with red hair. Do you think Vivian James has a fire crotch?
Oh god.
That looks natural, so absolutely.
Cuffs and collar, isn't it usually?
This is good. File this one under the holy fucking shit stories. Putin just gave all Russians the right to carry a rifle anywhere.
Vivian's our daughter, man. I guess I'm into incestatory. I never thought of her like my daughter. We just said Vivian's our daughter. Sorry, I interrupted.
Today, the Russian government changed its gun laws to allow citizens to carry rifles in public for purposes of self-defense.
Good for Russia. That's where Serbs needs to move.
Here's one.
Yeah.
This is what the article says. Let's think about in context which guns will be introduced. The Russians are the second biggest consumers of hard liquor in the world, the first in Europe.
Yep. And you're gonna let them walk around with guns.
I'm really high right now, but seriously,
You're what?
you guys, what? Like, what are you going on about?
No, what did you say? You're really what right now?
Really high.
Oh.
Russia is
okay.
also a country where people are massively suspicious of their fellow citizens and are equally unsure of their future. So, a lot of liquor, a lot of suspicion, and now guns fucking everywhere.
What could go wrong? Nothing.
That sounds like a great idea.
Oh god.
I love
would agree.
guns. I love guns and gun accessories.
China is hosting the World Internet Conference. Let's take a moment for the insanity of that to sink in.
Yeah. China shouldn't be hosting anything that has to do with anything, let alone the internet.
Another one, and Pigeon and Serbs, you'd like this one. Man threatens to kill staff at Tesco near Cambridge while brandishing a photo of a gun.
Imagine that
look,
happening.
we got a tweet to CF Tales.
We did.
We did. Okay. While we're talking insanity, I tweeted a picture of something that was posted on Reddit, and it's got a fuck ton of retweets. So I'm going to read it because it is insanity.
Fuck! I'm gonna have to kill that.
What the fuck universe? Why am I living in a world? Huh?
It's tits. I gotta take it off.
Oh god.
Okay, so what the fuck universe? Why am I living in a world where Jack Thompson is reasonable about Vidya? Trust fund babies are lecturing me on privilege. 4chan censored free speech. A gay British Catholic is the biggest ally gamers have, while the games writers hate us, and IGN and EA are acting professionally. Jesus titty fucking Christ. I hope this is an extremely elaborate joke. That sums up Gamergate to a fucking T. Like, what the fuck is going on? Why is Jack Thompson our friend? What the fuck?
Yeah, if you fell asleep and like woke up in this, I'm gonna call this the darkest timeline, even though that bitch Zoe Quinn still keeps using that Community quote, and it annoys the crap out of me. You know, this is fucking, you know, this is end of days almost. You know, fucking misery for gamers. You know, and it's all turned on its fucking head. It's quite ironic. Just the position we're in right now.
Yeah, and when I watched that Sarkeesian Effect with Jack Thompson and listening to him go, I never believed in censoring anybody. I just don't think little kids should have violent video games. Oh, that's reasonable, right? Like, okay, I can see where you're coming from. I don't believe it, but I can see where you're coming from. And, you know, him bashing on Anita Sarkeesian and all these rad femmes, and I'm sitting here going, what the fuck world do I live in when Jack Thompson is somebody I agree with?
Well, the only problem is he's an ambulance chaser, so
he is. Of course he is.
There's very little credibility in what he said.
We should be giving Jacko Thompson attention, but the sad thing is he made a couple of decent points.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you can't refute that. But Zoe Quinn, speaking of her, she was first on Twitter going, oh my god! And then was like, what did she do then? Oh, then she was like, oh, these guys have made it about Gamergate, not me, which was kind of true. The guys kept on the Sarkeesian Effect. They keep trying to make it part of Gamergate, and that's like making Anita part of Gamergate. The most important thing to talk about is that Anita wasn't actually, you know, Gamergate wasn't about her.
She tried to grandstand and just got steamrolled.
But the thing is with the, what was I going to say? Oh, the thing with that Jack Thompson interview is everybody keeps saying he's on Gamergate's side. That interview that they released didn't mention Gamergate at all.
No,
at all.
It was for the Sarkeesian Effect, which is a documentary basically documenting the logical fallacies and finding people who are against Anita. Yeah, Michael, I saw that fucking tweet, and I had to take the shit down because we can't have tits in our Twitter stream.
It was tits? Why didn't I see that?
Yeah.
Well, Jerry was quick to be all like, you know, moral high ground about tits.
Well, it'd get the video.
No, we can't.
Wait, there's a dick there. It's not just tits. There's a dick there.
All I saw was the tits, so I'm thankful.
There's a ginormous dick there.
The Campfire, your number one source for dick and tits.
Marco
Usually in the same image.
Marco, hashtag CF Tales was going to be basically a hashtag ticker that we have on the side of the stream, but Michael just ruined that for fucking everyone.
Right. Well, Michael, you done fucked, mate. You done good.
Yep.
But we'll put it back up. Just hide that tweet and put it back up.
See if I can hide it on TweetDeck. But
I mean, unless we start like our own HBO like TV service, where you know 9 million viewers off doing at the moment. I mean, if you can rope other people into watching this shit, feel free. We might be able to get a channel, and then we can stream whatever the fuck we want, like Pigeon fucking Airport. And
I would pay to see that, actually.
Well, yes, we would if you're a massive pervert, but still.
Oh, I mean, to be fair, you're right, Serbs. There's not much I wouldn't pay to see when it comes to sex, so...
Check out that one.
Fucked up donkey shows.
Thanks, Tucker.
I see that happening now.
Let's see. I saw something good in Florida Man that I was going to read, and now I don't remember where it was.
I'm actually going to read that Tesco story just because that was hilarious. A man threatened to kill staff at a Tesco in Bar Hill and brandished a photograph of a gun. Officers were called to the giant supermarket off the A14 after staff told operators in the force control room that a man was threatening to kill them and showing them an image of a firearm. The late-night incident happened at Tesco Extra in Viking Way, which opens for 24 hours on Wednesdays. Police were called by staff at 1:30 a.m. on November 12th.
Gonna shoot him with the gun.
So they hid in the fucking office while he just held the picture of the gun.
Wait, that's an Onion article, right?
No, that is an actual article that was posted in Cambridge News. Cambridge News.
You are shitting me.
No,
Wait,
that is
you are
real.
You're lying, Jerry. You fucking filthy liar.
I'll post it in the Hangout chat so you can actually see it.
Oh my sweet titties.
Jesus Christ, fucking on a bicycle.
Yeah.
It's real. I swear
Christ
to fuck, it's
on a bike.
real.
Placed on a fucking push bike.
Florida woman cooked her neighbor for
What?
dinner. For dinner. Florida man arrested for lewd act with Walmart stuffed animal.
So
What
to
did he
quote,
do with the stuffed animal?
so to quote the famous man that's been caught on the news doing this, fuck her right in the pussy.
Oh man, I am
Um,
getting dicked.
So wait, a
Again.
19-year-old Florida man was arrested for getting amorous with a stuffed animal horse while shopping at Walmart. According to police,
Warning.
Sean Johnson was observed removing the stuffed animal from the shelf of the store in Brooksville, taking it to the store's beds and using it to masturbate. He then put the stained animal
Warning.
back on the shelf and exited the store.
Top low.
Jesus.
That's
fuck.
like perfect crime, right? Like a stuffed horse. Go jerk off in the bed section, obviously, right? You don't want to jerk off anywhere else but on a bed. And then put it back. It's like the perfect crime. I don't know if I would have chose a horse. I probably would have chose a pig. But
That says a lot about you that I don't even want to know.
Well, I mean, you gotta think about this. A pig does have an orgasm that lasts 30 minutes.
It's a fucking toy!
God.
I'm punching people because at the moment in fucking COD I can't shoot for shit. The only thing I can
Why's
do
that?
is fucking punch them. I don't know. One of the guys on the server has a ping the size of my ass.
You should get you should just wreck noobs.
I can't.
Scrub.
People are wrecking me. I'm the noob.
Florida man invades election coverage as Captain Hornblaster. Now that sounds awesome.
They were just too MLG Pro.
90-year-old Florida man cited for the third time for feeding the homeless. Vows to continue.
They
Why would you get cited for feeding a homeless man? Like, is it like
come
a
back for
zoo?
more.
I
Don't
mean,
feed. Yeah, they'll come back. They'll bring their friends.
They're like pigeons.
They're like pigeons.
Washington Fisheries Department refuses to pay for whale carcass removal as they are mammals, not fish, mayor says. Oh,
Here we
God! No, I got one that's actually game-related.
Uh-oh.
Bullshit.
Line of gamers camping out for GTA release robbed.
Oh,
Oh my God,
Irony.
this is too fucking perfect.
Irony. Where was it? Florida woman steals liquor, hides bottle in her vagina in front of her son.
All right, Meg, let's take a look at that vagina.
There is a picture of it happen. Is this a picture of it happening? It's a fucking picture of it happening. She's putting a liquor bottle in her twat. It's happening. I'm tweeting it to CF Tales because you can't actually see the vagina.
I also have removed pictures.
Ah, fuck.
I see why.
Yeah, I see
Probably
why.
a bit cool.
Because one of the main hosts is actually just a raging pervert and is collecting images for his own fucking personal use.
Jerry, I'm looking at you.
Yeah, what?
Yeah,
You what, mate?
dicks everywhere.
But you have to see this picture. So you removed pictures?
Yeah.
Well, you
because
can-
of Palmer.
You can click it to open it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's clicked open, so.
Anyway,
I'm just gonna send the link. I'm gonna send the link. There you go.
Okay.
anyway, are we round tabling yet? Are we actually going to have a round table discussion? Yeah.
We are once we see this picture.
Okay. Well, I can't see any fucking pictures.
We'll watch the stream. Jerry's gonna open it because it's legit happening. She's doing it.
It's happening.
She did it.
Joe Biden is happening.
Well, here we go. Let me, where's the hangout? My Hangouts window. There
Dude,
it
you
is.
can't see the vagina.
No, I'm putting it in the Hangout. Oh, I'm putting it in the Hangout so it'll scene transition.
Gotcha.
Professional.
Somewhat. Only probably.
Mostly.
Yeah, you can. There it is. It's in the Hangout. You can see it.
Joey, does it play an air horn as, it transitions?
I wish.
It's not in this hangout. I don't see it.
I mean, it's overlaid where the voices are,
Ah, gotcha.
so you can
There we
actually
go.
fucking see it. Yeah, there we go.
It's legit. She is. She's getting it right up in there.
Yeah.
In front of the kid, yeah. Look
It
at her
sounds like one of those news reports, mixed with porn. She's getting it right up there,
The best part, and this is so mean to say, and it's fucked up that she did this, but look at her son, like, just staring, like, Mommy.
The fuck you doing, Mom?
I'm going to hell for laughing at this, but what the fuck? It's so, that's why I wish I was a woman. I could hide shit in my fucking twats.
In your twats.
Apparently, you can hide liquor bottles up there.
My God, you'd be the triple cunted hooker that everybody.
Oh, you know what's awesome?
The
I
only
used
one,
to
the
live
one
right
that
down
legends speak about.
Huh?
The one that legends speak about. The legendary triple cunted hooker.
Oh man.
I used to live right down the road from the Hooker Hotel. Legit called the Hooker Hotel.
Shouldn't we call this Wednesday Wankathon Confessions or something? Maybe at the moment.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the same ring.
Confession: I did not care for the. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Have some, Japanese dub, just over it.
Tetsuo.
Shameful display.
Oh, you didn't do what you didn't do Jesse Ventura.
I know. I'll do that. That wasn't Asian. Jesse's not Asian.
Oh, well, there you go.
350-pound thief in motorized scooter caught sitting on stolen Walmart steaks.
Okay.
Hooker Hotel, Jerry's house? No, named after Thomas Hooker. There's also the Hooker Brewery in my hometown. Or not my hometown, in my home state.
I don't want to even taste what they make.
Hooker Brewery, they make beer. It's actually really good beer.
Yeah, I know, but hooker. Nah.
Just no hookers, please.
No.
Thanks.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
It's actually really, really good beer. They
What
make
type of beer? Though? You Americans can't generally tell what a good beer is.
Well, they do IPAs, they do lagers,
Oh.
they do
IPA is good. Lager
they
can
do
go
pretty
to
much
bad.
everything, really. They also, I'm looking for they have a phenomenal shirt. I could go find mine that my wife bought me, but I'm just looking for a picture because now I don't remember exactly what it says.
Oh my god, tell me they didn't fucking do that. Okay.
Well,
Every white girl's father's worst nightmare. Punishment demanded for school officials' racist retweet.
What?
A school official, a high school assistant principal's Twitter reposting that mocked interracial dating sparked a walkout by black and white students on Monday who demanded the administrator be punished for the racist retweet. And the picture, this is not The Onion, so I'm just gonna let it speak for its fucking self.
So the shirt says on the front, no wife, no girlfriend, no date. And then on the back it says, you need a hooker.
Nice.
sounds straight to the point.
Jerry, are you drunk?
Nah.
He's just spaghettiing.
It's spaghetti.
He's really happy tonight for some reason.
I don't know why.
He jerked off earlier.
Oh, okay.
I got an early morning jerk off in, so I'm all good.
So, do you just what? No. Do you just save it for special occasions, the penis, or?
No, I
Is it
gotta
a
do like the
regular-
40-year-old virgin. I gotta have the candles, and I gotta have the picture turned down. And nah. Can I have jerked off twice since this stream started? Are you kidding me?
Jesus.
Only two? Pussy.
God.
Okay, so let's do our roundtable. What was our roundtable topic going to be?
How I suck at Advanced Warfare right now. No.
Let's
well,
not do a roundtable.
actually, I'm going to stop.
I did
playing
ding
with
level 97 in WoW today, so I mean that's pretty cool, right?
Okay, that's not a topic there.
No, it's not.
I haven't been playing games today, so nothing from me.
Well, no, I thought we were going to have something that was.
Yeah, what are we going to roundtable? What do you want to roundtable? We totally need to get better at this. Maybe I'll set up a forum or something for us to shitpost. I mean, we do like Skype, but then we don't have really a log or anything. You know what I mean?
No, because we forget pretty much everything. I mean, as I said, one of the things that I did want to focus on was people jumping to these like quite vitriolic statements about developers when people, in companies say something. That isn't representative of the whole, but then people go, nah, Blizzard were always shit, or nah, I never liked fucking, X developer, they're all a bunch of wankers. It's getting to be quite, because a lot of people seem to think that developers will always be for us, that they won't have, their own opinions about issues, or that, they are somehow suppressed by SJWs and things like that. It might be they don't agree with us at all, but they're allowed their own opinions, because if we start censoring opinions, it just makes us as bad as our so-called enemy.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to kind of do. The knee-jerk reactions of Gamergate, I guess, would be the way to put it.
Yeah, so if there's one thing I've noticed with Gamergate, I mean, and this is just like a humanity problem, but it is polarizing a lot within Gamergate, is the whole rubberneck syndrome, right? Like, if there's like a crash of some kind, no matter what it is, no matter how small it is, everybody in Gamergate rubbernecks to stare at it and laugh at it and get up in arms over it. If that's the right way to put it, right? It's rubbernecking syndrome.
And I'll admit we're guilty of it.
Of course we are. I'm guilty of it.
I'm guilty of it, and I'm guilty as fuck of it. Like, remember that basically that everybody shit on Pole Day, or King of Pole Day.
I mean, I'm not saying in some instances that I guess we love to really hammer it home, the message sometimes.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is true of Gamergate. I'm totally guilty of it, because this whole Blizzard guy coming out saying they should blacklist developers, I hammered the fuck out of that. Because
that's some major what the fuck, you don't do this.
Yeah, and he did apologize, and I did tweet out we should all recognize that he apologized. But I'm continuing to hammer Blizzard because didn't like one of their people, their big higher ups or whatever, community manager or whatever, comment on or retweet or something of Georgie's statements that we should.
They were a senior copywriter. Okay, so not really anybody that's actually involved in the development of the game.
When you have senior in your name, you're higher up on the chain than just a copywriter.
But if you can't take, yes, it is hypocritical in an atmosphere where Blizzard have come out and said, we're all for, no harassment and things like that. And quite literally, Georgie's fucking statement was pure harassment to the point that he'd put us all in fucking gas chambers. But it's one person's fucking opinion, one person's viewpoint. It isn't representative of the whole. I mean, because they could levy the same argument about Gamergate.
They do.
Exactly, they do. So we've got to be better and not kind of. That's one of the issues about, and it is about being better as individuals. I think the reason that we shout so loud is because we think we're not being heard, and that we're being suppressed. And we have been suppressed in the major media outlets. That's perfectly fine. But then we've decided to mainly boycott them anyway, so their opinions don't really matter. So who are we screaming at? We're screaming at the moderates, but screaming at moderates doesn't, screaming at them doesn't make it any better either.
Screaming turns them away.
Yeah, it makes us look like
it's like the logic,
idiots.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the logic behind voting, because you get things like specifically in primaries, only the most passionate people about their party will even go vote.
Mm-hmm.
But then when it comes to elections, people are just kind of I mean, you even get in regular elections, the most passionate people obviously vote, but even the moderates kind of go vote because, hey, it's the thing to do that day.
Patton, you failed to book a guest, so we demand Jerry's nipples.
No, you don't want to see my disgusting fat ass. Are you kidding me?
I suspect they're very hairy. I don't think we want to see those.
You are not wrong.
But so anyways, the thing about like me hammering Blizzard is because Blizzard came out and said they were anti-harassment, and the other side, I'll say the other side, but the anti-Gamergaters and even the media to some degree fucking latched onto it and said Blizzard is anti-Gamergate, Activision hates Gamergate, Blizzard this, Blizzard that, condemn, hate, right? Like they slammed it down everybody's throat, and then they've got people from their company coming out and talking about openly advocating to harass Gamergaters. Blizzard's got to say something about that. I mean, they allowed the media to like use them as a weapon. Now I'm sounding like them, right?
Weaponized
they allowed
media.
The media. Exactly. They allowed the media to weaponize Blizzard. If Blizzard really is anti-harassment and they weren't just blowing smoke, they sort of do have to say something about that. I'm not saying they have to fire their employees, but they've got to say, we're forcing them to apologize to you.
Patton, no, I won't show my man tits. I'm sorry.
Serbs, do you disagree with me?
I don't disagree with you entirely. It is just difficult. It is a difficult situation, and I think a lot of our people, as I've said since the start, haven't been geared towards this kind of. We've been stuck in our own microcosm of how we speak to each other, and we assume that's how people want to be spoken to. We're very quick to judge and anger sometimes, but we do. I mean, eventually we do come round to a resolution. I just saw something in the chat that kind of just distracted me again. I was just looking at the chat. I won't. It was to Shinio or Shinjuyo or whatever the hell how you pronounce his name, which is to do with how you're saying that Paul didn't really deserve the shit though. Paul technically manufactured evidence and made Gamergate look fucking insane.
Yeah.
So yes, supposedly all sorts of stuff was going on in his personal life. That's fantastic, but you don't manufacture bullshit which can potentially damage something that was in a very precarious position from the start. Any sort of impropriety is doubled because we're the aggressors here.
And then Hot Wheels, Milo and Hot Wheels pretty much called Pole out on his shenanigans.
Shinjo. Got it. Sorry, he says just say Shinjo. What was you going to say? I was going to say something. Oh, yeah, it was totally off topic. But when you said that's fantastic with your British accent, all I could imagine is like Dr. House sitting there like trying to solve one of his medical cases and like, I don't know, 9, right? Her name was number 9. No, 13 walking in and saying, our patient's dying, and House just going, that's fantastic. Leave me the fuck alone. You know, like, that's all I could picture when you said that. But you're right. Though, did he manufacture it?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, we're never going to get the true story in a lot of these cases. Milo apparently looked at something and said it was fake. Whether it was he looked at the Nick Denton thing or he looked at the email contact that had been supposedly providing these things and said it was fake. I'm not going to debate. Sorry.
From the source I got, it was the Nick Denton thing.
Okay. Even if the Nick Denton thing then proved to be true and the emails were not correct, it doesn't matter. The things reek of basically disinformation. It's because of where the source. It's content of character again. It's can we believe even if these things were true? It was that tweet like Zoe Quinn said at the beginning of the thing, saying, I don't think anyone would believe me even if I was true. And again, it's because we judged her on the content of her character going forward. So, she kind of made herself, how dare you talk shit about KOP? He is an angel and a leader of Gamergate. No.
Far, far from it.
I feel like Hakeem is just fucking with us.
Yeah, he is.
No, that's perfectly fine.
I
I can tell.
If you want an angel at Gamergate, just look at fucking Lizzie's face.
Yes, and Shinjo, we like Serbs just said, he doesn't know if the email was manufactured or what. We just know it reeks of disinformation, whether it was purposely or not. And Marco, I don't think there's anybody on this stream that so much dislikes Paul as a person. He just spaghettis way too frequently and way too loudly that it's bad for PR. And I know everybody says fuck PR. If you want people to listen to you, that fuck PR mindset only goes so far.
I think ultimately, and this is the thing that was going on with Project Rebuild, is that a lot of us now just want Gamergate in the vitriol and attacks to end. We want to keep the community around, and that's why we're going to continue doing things like the stream. So the community isn't going to go away. The people that you like are probably not going to go away, because King of Pole's going to continue doing his own thing. Sargon will continue making his own videos Monday. Matt will. And the new stuff that has arisen will be hopefully supported. So nothing's going away. So don't be afraid to let go of the kind of hate, basically, that's because we are driven by many different qualifiers, but hate seems to be the number one, because we've had so much hate thrown back at us, and we hate the fact that our story isn't being echoed, that we generally sometimes cave in to the easy angles of giving hate back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. And actually, you brought up a good point about the whole, I never liked Blizzard anyways, or Blizzard's always been fucked when they do one thing, one employee in a 1,000-person, or, 400-person company does something wrong, they immediately jump on Blizzard. And the point you made, I think, is absolutely valid, is we feel ignored. We feel like our voice isn't heard. So we just scream louder in hopes that somebody's listening to us.
Yeah, but that's it's sometimes just the wrong thing to politely ask. Gets you a lot. For instance, we potentially got Ellie on the show, on Sunday, and we're going to have a bigger audience and everything like that. But which is going to be fantastic, hopefully, because her voice needs to be heard and things like that. But do you think it would have been right to approach her by going, "Holy fuck, can you come on the fucking stream? Fuck's sake, we really fucking need you, blah, 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 blah," shouting.
Oh, God, no.
Exactly. So why can't we just emphasize... And the emails that we're sending out, they're not representative of the tweets, are they, that we make sometimes to these people? We don't treat each other like human beings. Ultimately, unfortunately... you have to admit, while they've been demonizing us, we demonize SJWs as monsters as well, because it makes it easier to think that these people aren't human. And this goes back to even the media tactics when they report on crime. It's never a human that's committed these atrocities; it's a monster. And we've been dehumanizing each other for so long. That's why sometimes this will need to end, and it will either end on a positive note if we continue a consumer revolt. We've always said how, in retail, this would have been over, these people would have been fired and stuff like that. That's if we'd have been acting politely. If we'd have assaulted someone verbally, the people might not have been inclined to see our viewpoint as rational as consumers, and probably might have defended the actions of the person who was originally at fault. So you don't. We've sometimes got to turn the other cheek when the other people are sort of shouting at us very loudly, and I know it's very difficult.
It's hard. I don't mean turning the other cheek. I mean my penis.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's difficult to turn the other cheek, right? I don't know. When I feel like somebody's wronged me, I have a real hard time shutting my mouth.
I do too. I am so, but I do it in behind closed doors. I do it, and that may sound catty, but I realise, when I put something out there for media dissemination, I have over 1,000 shitposting followers, And sometimes I realise that I can disseminate a message and it will get, good traction because it said something particularly controversial, but I realise that I have a bit of responsibility to those people. The evidence that I'm providing, or the information I'm providing, is from some sort of valid source or puts together some constructive criticism, and isn't, as for instance, somebody puts out, the Ralph retort. Ralph is a nice guy, but he said previously he's not held up to a journalistic code of ethics, and because he isn't a journalist, which is perfectly fine, but he is disseminating information or opinion as information, which is sometimes quite dangerous.
And pushing it out in a very inflammatory way, which really helps no one.
But the Ralph is a very nice man. He actually is extremely nice. He's pretty awesome, but he knows what he's doing. I don't think he's in it for the clicks, because Ralph and I have talked about it numerous times. I don't think he's in it so much for the clicks. I think he just has fun. I don't even know if he believes everything he posts. I think he just has fun shit posting. If I had to guess.
Does he get paid for shit post?
No.
No. I think he I think he said it himself when he was on here very briefly at the beginning. He said he was doing nothing with the website before. And this actually leads on to another tangent about people who well, I don't know. Should we make our position clear? I mean,
I don't mind
on how we feel about certain things. I mean, all right, let's talk about the elephant.
I'm going to bow out of this conversation, and the reason why I'm going to bow out is because I'm doing my media critic, and I do not want... I want to stay neutral. Just because I'm doing something that could be viewed as a competitor, which is why
That is correct. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine.
Valid.
But you guys can speak for me, I guess.
Okay, well, let's just say... Okay. Gamergate has provided an opportunity. It's created another market, which is fantastic, and people are, taking the opportunity to build stuff for the community. Other people are doing that in a roundabout way, but are also doing this and have had a record of doing this purely. It appears like the message is secondary and popularity is the primary sort of thing. There's nothing wrong in doing something and making a profit from your hobby. I've no problem with that, and we're all sort of we're all supporting the free market here by making our choices as consumers. However, I would like people to be perfectly honest about when they are jumping on a bandwagon, when they are rebranding for the sake of rebranding, because we could all sell out, and some people have tried multiple times before Gamergate to do that, and the evidence is out there if people want to go look at it. I learned something quite interesting tonight in another Twitch stream, that we're gonna have a direct competitor to Base Gamer at some point from another individual who has sought private funding to do so. And yes, we are talking about Base Gamer before. I have no problem with someone asking for money, and if the community decides to put up that money for whatever reason, that's perfectly fine. I would like the person, and now it looks like they will be appearing on streams to talk about this. I have my own feelings about that as well, but the time that it's taken to come out and say that, it appears to me that somebody's goals, they're not disingenuous, but they are secondary to what we actually have, and they've been used, and Gamergate has been used by a lot of people to propel themselves forward, which is great. I mean, if we were all media savvy, we'd all try and do that. I mean, a lot of us have gained Twitter followers, but they don't really count for anything in the grand sort of scheme of things, so most people will fall away. but these people are kind of garnering this attention and going to use it to propel themselves sort of forward, not necessarily really giving a stuff about the ideas. They are only secondary to the primary goal. And does anybody else see that or feel that like that at all?
I definitely do. Once again, I have no problem with anyone wanting to make, with anyone obviously wanting to make money, the free market rules and all that jazz. But at the same time, it's obvious when someone's an opportunist. And if you're an opportunist, go ahead and say it. I mean, eventually we hope to make money off of this too. Our streams have been monetized and whatnot, so hey, for you guys being out there, just for a little bit of transparency, we're getting paid by you. We're getting paid by, what is it, Google AdSense?
19 cents. 19 cents so far.
Yeah. We've actually...
Rolling in the big money.
Yeah, rolling in that dough. But, we want to continue this and make it more professional and actually start to maybe earn a little bit of cash off of it. But now we have a certain someone within Gamergate with Based Gamer who a couple of us have looked into, and it's obvious that they're purely an opportunist.
Yeah.
And we've looked into it, and while we sat there thinking there was more to it in the case of we were being taken for a ride for different reasons, that was just our conspiratorial tinfoil. Actually, no. I'm going to say it. I don't see the need for the Rotten Tomatoes idea. In actually looking at, and I don't think and I don't think using Gamergate to market it will make it a viable business solution past year one.
No, it won't.
And it might also taint the idea, because the people that are going to use it are going to be heavily biased towards a certain set of opinions. And a media aggregator can be tipped in the balance of those that, Jerry said it, is with regards to voting. I mean, those that...
Yeah, it's the most passionate that actually do the voting. Whether it's online or anywhere else, it is the most passionate people who do it.
And whilst I was looking at, there are already media aggregators in there for games, and I was quite shocked at the number. They're not of the same level as, for instance, Metacritic, and there's only one other one that's... let me just bring up the list.
So, I want to interject here. And you said something that made me wonder where you stand on My Media Critic, because you said you don't know if a Rotten Tomatoes thing has value. So then, what is your opinion of My Media Critic?
Not for games. Not for games at the moment. I don't know if it has value with regards to journalists. It could potentially suffer from the same pitfalls as well. It depends where you're garnering your data from, whether it's inputted by community or it's aggregated somehow through websites, or number of clicks as an endorsement. I don't see. I personally don't, as a consumer, don't look at Metacritic scores or any aggregator. That's perfectly fine. So, in your mind, they are there to properly inform a consumer. I'm generally a consumer now that doesn't really pay attention to anything that's telling me what to do. I usually move on my own sort of opinion, my own gut reaction based on the trailer. I mean, it's why I did buy Aliens Colonial Marines. I took everybody else a pinch of salt, and I couldn't afford it at the time to buy it full price, and I'm loath to buy things DLC, although I like collector's editions and things like that. So I always said to myself that, and I never believed Randy Pitchford would develop a 10 out of 10 game. So I always put myself saying I would only buy this game ever at £5 when it became available on the second-hand market, and I did. And and to be honest, whilst the DLC actually fixed a lot of issues, and not many people stuck around to actually play the DLC, which was a shame because it actually tied together the story quite well. They rescued a game from what I would have given it if we were going to give it a average number score of something like 2 or 3 stars out of 10, to at least a 5 or 6, which I still had. I still escaped for a couple of hours. I still enjoyed the challenge. It was still a game. So yeah, what I'm saying is, essentially, I don't pay attention. I go on my own gut reactions. So a media critic. I would be biased in that I know that you would be the one that was producing it, so I might interject and have some, say in if it was based on user content, I might actually put some user content out there.
Marco made a point in the chat. Curb says no one says that Rotten Tomatoes would be perfect, but I certainly think it'd be better than Metacritic's. That could potentially be true because I like the way Rotten Tomatoes kind of does it, but once again, it has the problem of only the most passionate will actually be willing to type up anything, number one. But I think the way Metacritic, weirdly enough, could actually be seen as more fair is if they had a weighting system for their ratings.
They do. They just don't make it public.
Yeah. Well, like say, because I know Polygon's not on there, but Polygon's weight is valued at this, therefore it has this much impact on the actual score.
Yeah, I would agree. It would be more useful if you knew what those weights were. But the thing with Metacritic that makes it difficult is the review from one person to the next are in no way... it's apples and oranges, right? Polygon puts a lot of emphasis on morality, whereas, IGN does too. But let's just say, for example, IGN doesn't, right? They put no emphasis on morality. How do you bucket both those together? You can't. Yeah, it's apples and oranges.
Yeah, there is no control that we can test where this is the perfect rating system.
The perfect rating system is what Christian-centered gamer does, in my opinion.
Moral score and...
morality score and gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, that works. And you could average those out and get a decent rating.
Yep. So, did everybody... I stepped away for a couple minutes. Did everybody give their opinion on all of this? Did Serbs fall asleep?
No.
I don't think Pigeon didn't, but I don't know if he's here.
Pigeon was high. Pigeon was high. He's just on the sleepy phase.
Hey, no.
No, there we
Oh,
are.
you quiet.
Oh, sorry. I was just looking at something.
So, to bring us to a little bit more silly thing from this kind of hard and serious kind of round table, Patton posted something to the hashtag, and I want to read it. And I'm thankful Pigeon is awake because it concerns him.
Mm-hmm.
It's from Fun Room, and it's called The Dream. At 9 p.m., Pigeon went to Airport's house. Airport wasn't there, but Airport's Big Daddy was. They decided to peg on the dildo rack and talk. Then they turned on the television and a porn movie was on. They both had a look at each other. Then Pigeon touched Airport's Big Daddy on the swizzle stick. Big Daddy replied back by touching Pigeon on the chocolate starfish. Both started to feel hot. They started to take each other clothes off. Then Airport walked in and was surprised at them. Airport said to the Big Daddy that you whore, but then Airport had a weird feeling and joined the group and had a threesome. They were all spitting, pegging, coming, licking each other. Then Pigeon woke up sweating and said, "What a dream." Then turned around and saw Airport's Big Daddy.
Wait, so what? Where did that come from?
It was from a place called Fun. Yeah, that was Patton posted a picture of that to the hashtag's Twitter feed.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we totally have to retweet that. Oh god, yeah.
I hope that Ellie doesn't think that we're civilized. Because like our chat as well, and that's fucking hell.
Well, to be fair, I don't think she'll be watching the chat because she's going to be joining on her phone.
Well, thank Jesus.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, that's the other thing we could do. Oh, we don't want to ask for her phone number because we could always call her on Google Hangouts.
Yeah. And Google Hangouts only calls U.S. numbers for free.
Oh, okay. Well, then there's that. So that's porn Mad Libs, I guess.
Yeah. Oh.
We could have some fun with that.
Oh, Jesus F.
So somebody actually Skyped me a message. Sargon obviously made a video that he's going to be talking to Jenny Barrage about these sort of questions on a Sunday stream, which will be happening after our stream. But somebody did post in there, guys, if Jenny was scamming her, she wouldn't be speaking to Sargon this weekend. Now, that's bullshit.
Yeah. Plug.
Yeah, my personal opinion is that I think Sargon has a very good reputation. So, anybody that wanted to use that would try their best, basically, because it's kind of like an endorsement. If they answer the questions suitably, that kind of endorses to a large audience. There's some money. Put it down, put some down payments into this. It's a tacit endorsement, and I think that's quite. I give her the Machiavellian Award of the week, basically, of the month, or of the whole bloody drama.
Can we make that an actual trophy and just ship it to people?
I think, yeah. I don't think there's that. I think some people have tried to be savvy in Gamergate and kind of failed. Look at the legal defense thing. Look at other sort of things, that have tried to happen. I mean, even the opposition. Sorry, should I say not enemy? The opposition have even look at the legal defense for fucking Zoe Quinn. And that dodgy dealings. Everybody who's anybody has tried to cash in, or anybody that wants to be anybody has tried to cash in at some point, or has tried to create a credibility that will sustain themselves past Gamergate. The free market allows for this, but it also allows for people to make informed decisions, and we can make informed decisions based on the evidence that is sort of provided to us.
Okay, so Patton asked a question that I'm going to answer because I actually have an answer for it. Being a senior web developer / architect myself, I'm probably qualified to answer. What exactly is base gamer? That part I won't answer. And is $50,000 reasonable for the project? Well, no.
In personal opinion, no.
No. And here's why I say no. So, she is putting... so if we break down her project... I'm getting to her Indiegogo. So they're expecting 650 hours of work, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you divide 50K divided by 650, that puts hourly wage at $77. Except there is a team of 5 people. So if you take $77.92 divided by 5, you're paying each person $15.38 an hour. That is not enough money to pay for any sort of decent web developer. When I contract for people, I typically get between $55 and $70 an hour, depending on the project.
This is the thing, Code, actually, is that potentially she's asking for too little.
Well, yes. I'm not saying she's asking for too much or too little. I'm just answering his question of if it's reasonable, right? In my professional opinion, she's asking for way too little. But anyways, now when you go into her cost breakdown, it's all wrong. 35% of the cost will go to designers. No. Now, I get what she is maybe implying, which is, UI design and all that is important. So we're going to get, it's 35% important of the whole project. But you typically don't have 2 designers, right?
You typically have more than that, wouldn't you?
on a team of 5, you would have one, or you would have a front-end engineer and a front-end engineer / designer. I mean, it's a team of 5, right? So, first off, she's got one too many front-end designers at minimum, right? She probably has 1.5 too many. But then 35% of the cost for the designer is all wrong. I mean, your design is maybe going to cost you 10% of the project. Development is really fucking hard, right? So the design is not 35%. It's probably more like 10%. 45% cost development. So let's take 25% out of that. So your development cost is probably 50%. That's probably close to accurate. So now we got 20% left from the cost of the designer. So now you look at cost for performance testing, tuning. Well, this will include unit testing, beta testing, and bug fixing. So here's what's confusing in that people typically don't budget bug fixing as part of the QA budget. It's usually budgeted as part of the development. So she's sort of double dipping here, and I don't know if she realizes that. That cost is actually probably... You probably want to spend 25% of your project on QA. So that leaves us an extra 15%, which goes to the unspoken category here, which is planning, management, yada, yada, yada. All that shit takes time and costs money. And she has budgeted no money for planning, management, marketing. None.
Well, the way I feel that she's going about this is that she literally has no idea on how to design a website to work.
I would agree.
So she may have the best of intentions, or she may just be trying to capitalize, but it's just not going to work out of the gate because she doesn't know how the cash breakdown works.
Yes, but that's...
And I was going to answer something. Patton, what Based Gamer is, it's going to be a review site that is an aggregator similar to Metacritic that also features user reviews like Rotten Tomatoes does.
The mic. Is something wrong with my mic?
Or mine.
Interesting.
Mine's
going on?
What the hell is it? It could just be because I was sitting back. Because my mic light's on. Let me actually pull my wind filter off of it. That should fix a good bit of the issues. I don't know what the hell's going on. My mic's just been... It could just be me streaming or just internet interruption. Or just, like, momentary internet interruptions. I have Word open because I'm working on something else.
Yeah, weird. Why would my mic be
No,
dead?
it's my mic. It's mine.
It's your mic. No, because I'm watching the stream and I'm not seeing me pulsate.
You can't hear my mic. Is the thing.
Terry isn't speaking into the mic.
You can't hear the microphone I'm using for the stream because I'm using 2 mics. I have one for the Hangout chat and my own personal one, which is directly ported to the stream.
Oh, gotcha.
It could just be a loose connection. I'll have to check it.
Gotcha. But yeah, so I would say, in my professional opinion,
Yes.
Jenny has no idea what it takes to build a website and has foobarred is the nicest way I can put it. 1, the number of hours she thinks it's going to take, and 2, the cost, and 3, the cost breakdown.
Let me boost it through the settings.
She also has her risks all fucking wrong. As of now, a low number of signups is a definite risk.
Whoa,
Okay,
that's too much.
Moreover, there has been a lot of recent incidents of malicious attacks targeting individuals and websites in the games industry.
How's that go?
That's a risk for no matter what website, anywhere, is malicious attacks. That your risks are low signups.
Yep.
Marketing, right? And I guess maybe this is all around low signups, right? But no market traction. Over budget is always a fucking risk in software development.
Yep.
Always. And
Facil, I think he's been down for a while now.
Who, Pigeon?
Yeah.
No, he's just high as fuck. He's spinning.
Yeah, no, I'm alright. I'm just listening. I'm quite tired.
Ah.
And then her perks. I haven't looked at her perks, but anyways, I don't think she has the right information on here at all.
Yeah.
The other thing is she has so little information about the project that I wouldn't give money to it. Like, I look at this and I see nothing of substance that I wouldn't give money. And I know I wasn't going to talk about this because I guess I could be seen as competing with her. But
Right.
there's just so little information here that I wouldn't give money.
Yeah. Sorry for
That's why.
sorry for dicking around with
That's
my.
why I feel.
Go ahead.
Oh.
I bet say I just apologize to the guys because I'm dicking around with my mic because they say I'm too quiet, and now I just went too loud. So I'm trying to find that happy medium.
Okay, Serbs, you were saying.
I think that's the whole problem that I have is a lack of substance. I guess it's subjective in the fact that I feel that I don't hear that kind of passion when she's talking about video games. The arguments that she had during the David Pacman thing showed a complete lack of sort of understanding about the current issues. It was completely different from the HuffPo one, where she was basically just like a soundbite, a walking soundbite for Gamergate. I see a lack of a lack of. I don't know, the approach that she used to have. I mean, let's not be around the bush. She used to have 2 YouTube channels, and she used to have like homely type productions, and she used to have a lot of real sort of enthusiasm and sort of like, I don't know, it looks so cold and analytical now, and the approach just seems to smack of Anita. And how she has changed to become more professional, in quote unquote. And in the previous days, she was just somebody in front of a backdrop, just talking bullshit and looking a complete mess. I mean, Jenny Barrage has previous videos. You're able to go and look them up under different aliases, different YouTube channels. Which didn't take off, trying different approaches, and I think now she's found an approach, this kind of a professional approach that Gamergate has kind of sought people to represent them that also looked professional.
Which,
and while,
to be fair, she does.
Sorry. Yeah, she does. She looks professional, but the heart behind it has gone. The idea, like, I mean, we're just 3 idiots, sitting at our PCs just talking shit, and probably look like shit. I mean, Jerry wears Dicky Bows, for fuck's sake.
Not tonight, actually. I'm wearing a t-shirt.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm wearing a t-shirt. I don't look exactly prim and proper, and I'm not looking for that. And the whole based gamer thing, while it's trying to look professional, it hasn't understood its market either that well, because we might want professionalism, but even Rotten Tomatoes looks like a bit of a laugh, in its design and its website. And I think it's this cold analytical approach that's turned me off more than anything. It seems that the heart has gone. It seems like it doesn't know what it really wants. It kind of wants to be professional while representing a bunch of shitlords. That's what. It's kind of a juxtaposition I'm not really comfortable with.
Patton, I think you would be right, because I don't think Jenny is the best person, not because of her being caught off of interviews, but as a quote unquote representative of Gamergate. I don't think she is the best person, but what she's good at is capitalizing. Like me and Serbs looked at her videos for her page on YouTube, which is once again in public view. One dropped 2 days right before the Zoe post dropped, and then we had another one which was what was it? Gender bias in video games.
Yeah.
And well, she's basically riding this wave until it ends, and she's hoping she can kind of keep on that wave until she moves on to her next project. Which, frankly, I can understand that.
I'm gonna totally. Can I change the subject here, or do you guys have more to talk about with her?
I have. Well, I could go on for ages, but I don't think I'm being as concise because I'm absolutely fucking knackered. It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, because I have some. I guess. I mean, maybe this is old news, but it's sort of new news to me and big news. So on the topic of Wikipedia, apparently Ryulong, you're familiar with that Wikipedia editor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got in bed with Gamergazi to help support his GoFundMe account. To which Jimbo Wales replied, "It is a clear violation of our paid editing rules." Ryulong has since stepped away from, the editing the article.
So we actually had collusion and someone getting retribution for it.
And pretty much by Gamergazi helping to support his GoFundMe, they have lost one of their biggest supports on the Wikipedia community, at least in regards to Gamergate. They basically forced out their biggest supporter by giving him money.
Good job, boys. Pack it up. We won. That's it for the stream, everybody. Good night.
That's fucking idiots.
It is, and Ryulong is fucking Ryulong. Okay, Ryulong. Whatever. I can't speak Japanese. Japanese. And he fucked himself too by getting in bed with them to support his GoFundMe. Because what he did was compromised his neutrality. We all knew he wasn't neutral anyways, but it was now at a point where he could no longer deny he wasn't neutral.
Oh, thank you, Lemmingbot, once again.
Why? What has Lemmingbot done?
She went topless again.
Yay!
That's terrible. Where can I find it?
That's what I'm looking for.
Just at Lemmingbot on Twitter. Nah, she didn't this time.
You didn't what?
She didn't get her nips out, but she got her tits out again.
Where?
Let me take a look at how old this tweet is.
3 hours ago?
Yeah.
Oh, she did. I don't care if you're a woman, your boobs are sexist and ostracizing. I want to see her, like, without her covering her nips.
Just keep looking.
What?
What?
What do you mean?
What?
Huh?
I haven't seen a picture where she's not covering her nips with her hands.
We're professional, folks. We do this for a living. Not really, but...
I can see why.
Wait. Alright, let's have a discussion on that. What type of nipples do you reckon Lemmingbot has got?
I'm gonna go with tiny.
I'm gonna say tiny too.
I'm gonna go with medium.
Or like,
Are you going with pancake nipples?
No, God, no. What, nipples like saucers?
Yeah.
No.
going about like, say, Oreo sized?
I'm trying to remember how big an Oreo is, because you can get those small... I don't know. Maybe...
I'm looking for more pictures of it to see if there's any with nips out.
I think it's like I'm trying to think of...
You know, we can invite her onto the stream.
I was just going to ask, could we?
Yeah.
Not to ask her about that, I'd imagine.
What's that?
We probably can do that to ask her about that.
Why not?
Because I don't think going, so... you want to...
It's like, you got your tits out again.
You going to get your nips out next time?
Well, I mean, come on. I mean, she's putting herself on Twitter. I mean, and it's a valid question that people need to know.
This is a wonderful picture. Did you see the one where she's got her thong on?
Yep.
No, I haven't seen that one yet.
When was that posted?
She's got kind of a nice ass. November 16th.
Also, goddamn, everybody's going after Bill Cosby these days. I wonder why.
Going after what? Sorry?
Bill Cosby.
Oh, yeah.
Rape him with the rope and blah blah.
You see, I'm gonna rape him and then I'm gonna drug him and then I'm gonna have the pudding popping and
The thing with Lemmingbot is, she's not like hot. She's cute, and I dig cute sometimes.
What's the difference between hot and cute?
Oh, there's a huge difference.
Oh, I don't know. I'm really naive, to be honest, as to that. Well, I don't know. Well, some people say Jenny Barrage is hot, but when she's talking, she always looks like she's chewing on something invisible. And
Oh, you were gonna say
mind.
your comments that you made earlier.
yeah, but I kind of stopped myself there.
Yeah. Good
yeah,
man. Good man. We're learning.
I don't know. I noticed that some people who are quote unquote hot in Gamergate only look quote unquote hot when they're at certain angles, and they're just playing the angles game.
They're doing the
So,
MySpace photo experts.
Yeah, kind of like that sort of.
I had to
90
put and
degree
pop
up,
in
yeah.
the pooper.
Alright,
No,
Gary,
okay,
calm
so
down,
Yeah,
calm
trying
down.
to.
who's this chick? Link. Her name is Lemmingbot.
Yeah,
Um,
at Lemmingbot. LEMMINGBOT.
She's been on a couple of the streams that not the ones that we've hosted. I
Yeah,
think.
here's a nice one. Facile Goose put it this way: cute, want to sex; hot, want to fuck.
No, it's not even that. So, at least not for me. So, a hot woman is somebody that you probably know you don't have a chance with, but you would lose your shit within like 2 minutes
Oh,
of entering it,
Okay,
right? Like,
okay, here's Patton's. Hot, you'd buy it if she was a hooker. Cute, girl next door you want to corrupt fuck.
yes. But see, and that's only
See, right, I don't get this coming out of Patton's mouth because Patton's voice doesn't match his age.
I agree.
No, not at all.
Patton, you sound like a 50-year-old. Stop being so perverted.
I see, but for me, a cute girl isn't even so much like that I want to fuck. I just kind of want her to go down on me and look up while she's, going down on me. Like, that's a cute girl, right? You want her to look up. She's somebody you want to look up when she's got a big pop in her mouth. So somebody who's hot would be. What is her name? She was on one of those Disney shows. We were talking about her a couple streams ago. She's got naked pictures all over the internet.
Vanessa Hudgens?
No. Oh, what the fuck is her name?
Oh god, there's so many.
The fuck is her name?
Pigeon, what's the classic definition of hot in your book then?
What, within Gamergate?
Well, no,
just
well,
general.
maybe, I don't know.
Do I really have to say it?
Oh no, that's not classic definition of hot. That's your subjective.
Oh god.
I mean,
it depends on what you're into, really, doesn't it? Because there's someone for kind of all those. I don't know.
You said the airport was cute though first before hot,
Sure.
so you're conflating.
that's it. She wasn't a Disney actress. She was a Nickelodeon actress. It was Jeanette McCurdy.
Oh, that's not who I'm thinking either.
Oh,
Oh, for fuck's sake, who's Code thinking about?
oh Jesus. There's a lot.
Okay, what would you classify Scarlett Johansson as?
I'd go with cute. I actually would.
The fuck? Who am I thinking of? Oh God.
Well, we can't read your mind.
No, you can't.
So, Pigeon,
Thank
this is from
God,
Patton.
actually.
Is airport hot?
I know, it's more of a joke now, more than it is serious. I just do it to piss Sebs off most of the time.
Yeah, thanks, man. Love you too.
Yeah.
So,
See, I would say Liz is the classic Liz F is definitely the classic definition of cute.
Yeah. Dat face, though, just...
Mm.
You could get lost in those eyes for days.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
fuck is her?
There you
Scarlett,
go.
yeah, here it is. Scarlett Johansson, cute. Kate Upton, hot.
Who's Kate Upton?
Just Google her. That's all I'm gonna say. She was a bikini model with gigantic boobies.
Okay, yeah, I'd definitely say that's the classic definition of hot then, because I have no interest in that.
Yeah.
I'm definitely all about the cute. What?
Did you see the picture I just linked?
No, I'm.
It's
in
a
bed.
wonderful picture.
That's Lemming Park.
What? Has she got nips?
Nearly is good. Nearly.
Oh.
In the hangout
I'm
chat.
so...
I'm really trying to find her name. I'm struggling with.
Fuck it. I'm gonna get out of bed to have a look at...
It's
No, not
worth
him.
getting out of bed for.
Alright, okay. Can we get her on the stream? She's obviously up right now. We just need to ask about...
Is she up?
Last
No,
week
no.
I saw
It's
was
American
3 hours
time.
ago.
And then we have to post a picture to her in the chat that we're looking at, so she has a reference point.
Wait, Facile Goose. No, she's not a trap.
What?
What?
Facile Goose said Liz was a trap.
Who?
A tarp.
No, Liz isn't a trap.
That'd be really
Yeah.
strange.
No, she made a joke video saying that she was a dude because someone posted fucking uninformed shit again.
Who the fuck am I thinking of? What the hell is her name?
Oh my god, Code. No one cares now.
I care. I posted her pictures.
Whoa!
Good
Cheers,
picture.
Pigeon,
Right?
for that. Oh, man.
Yeah, that was worth getting up, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was.
Ah, the fuck is her
Wow.
name?
She has, Yeah. Lemming tweeted 45 minutes ago.
Ask her if she wants to come on the stream. I want to talk to her.
I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do. I can't be bothered myself. Why didn't someone else?
Jerry, that's you. I'm trying
not
to
me. I don't follow her, so.
Just tweet at her. It doesn't matter if you
She
follow her.
follows
I
me,
don't follow her
but
either.
I just can't be...
What the? Everybody would know who I'm talking about if you guys would just shut up and think. No, it's neither of those two.
I don't fucking know, dude.
She was on, it was either Nickelodeon or Disney Channel or...
Don't actually care.
I don't really. If you can find her, great. If not, we'll wait for Sunday.
I do love Lemon Bots. Like, she holds up the sign, protect ethics, games, art, integrity, free speech. And she's topless while doing so.
That's a hell of a morale
bless
booster.
her. God bless America.
Please.
The fuck is her name?
See, that hasn't... Ah, man. God damn it.
Oh, Patton remembers.
Patton remembers what? He does remember. Patton who? Who? Yes!
Hey.
Emily Ratajkowski, however you say her last
I
name.
don't know
Her.
who the fuck that is.
Fucking
He
her.
showed us
That-
pictures once. Yeah, I know who he's talking about.
She is hot.
Man, who cares?
And I love you. I will have your baby if I could.
Patton's a 50-year-old man masquerading as a... How old did he say he was?
32. Code
So,
will have Patton's
he said-
butt baby. Code will have Patton's butt baby.
Oh, man.
Emily is hot. Emily is what I would consider hot.
Who's Emily?
I have no idea.
The fuck are you you're just talking about it? Where the fuck have you guys been?
Emily Ratajkowski.
Why has she got a silly name?
Disney stars have weird names sometimes.
Do you care what her name is?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe? Yeah.
She is what I would consider hot. I'm posting it in the YouTube chat. She's clothed.
I'm done with cute, to be honest. Cute's fine. I got lemming bot photos in my head. That'll do.
Yeah.
Out in the Hangout chat where I can actually link it. This is hot.
So is this thread / stream just now pure misogyny?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
just shit.
Very
Now,
much.
it's not misogyny. It's shit posting.
Ah, okay. I just wanted to be clear. But well, actually,
Well, this is Wankathon Wednesday, so
it's a good point. Should everybody just whap it out and try and wank on the biscuit? Seriously.
Okay, so I showed you who's hot. Now, who would be cute would be, I forget her name, the actress from Veronica Mars.
God, you forget
We don't-
everybody's name.
I
Who's
don't
the-
care.
Who's the chick from Veronica Mars?
Kristen Bell? No, that's not her.
Yes, Kristen Bell. She's cute.
Kirsten Dunst.
You're a dunce.
I like
dude.
Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah, I'd sex her. I wouldn't hate fuck her.
Well, that's a great statement.
I mean, now think about it. Like, a hot girl you would be willing to hate fuck.
Why are you trying to hate fuck someone?
I don't know.
It's not a healthy thing, man.
It's not. I know it's not.
It's just what Thunderfoot wants to do to an Eve. Though. That's not going
Just
to be
hate
healthy
fuck
for
the hell out of her.
Yeah. He's so jelly of Macintosh.
Well, no, Macintosh
Even
gets
though-
pegged.
Isn't Macintosh? Wait, no. Anita's asexual, supposedly, isn't she?
Supposedly, and Serbs, your mic once again.
Look, I'm in bed. I'm
Oh,
doing
yeah.
the best I can. There. Is that any better?
Actually, yes.
Yes.
Right. Well, kiss my ass.
No, thank you. Let's see. What do we... Okay. So here's another story from... Since we're kind of getting off on a tangent, I'm going to bring some more Not the Onion in. Kim Kardashian rejected by 13-year-old orphan who prefers poverty to adoption.
So I just
Really?
tweeted Lemongbot, and I said, "You have boys. We're not men. Calling you their waifu of GG. Any interest in jumping on stream to make their lives complete?"
Oh, boy.
Hey, wait. I had integrity before this.
Yeah, what have you done?
You had integrity?
No, we
Wow.
didn't. We had no integrity on this stream.
No one knew about this ass end of the internet. This is our own little, no one cares about our views.
I care about her. I care about the view she showed us.
Oh god, I hope I'm asleep by the time she comes in. It usually takes me 5 minutes, so...
State to
That's
ban...
if she comes in.
Alright, here's another one. State to ban pet turtles in daycare. Tighten rules for nap time. The hell, you have to stay on the fucking towel this time? Jesus. Let's see. Albany, New York. Classroom pet turtles and frogs will be banned and children's naps will be conducted according to a written agreement with parents under new rules for child daycare programs that the state will adopt Wednesday.
Wednesday. That's like last Thursday.
Nap time regulation.
Everything happened last Thursday.
Yeah. New nap time regulations will require the centers to create a written agreement with every parent spelling out whether a child will nap, as well as where and on what type of surface and who will be supervising.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. That's brought to us by the Capitol.
Mila Kunis is hot and cute. She's hot. She's not cute. See,
Yeah.
you can't be hot and cute if you're cute. So in my mind, cute is somebody that's hot. You just you want that one night stand, right? And you don't even need a night. Like you need 5 minutes with somebody who's hot.
And
you're gonna
done.
you're gonna get in and be done, right? Like that's somebody who's hot. Somebody who's cute is somebody you want to wake up next to in the morning, right? Somebody you want to look at every day. That not grows on you, but is man, fucking cute, right? Like, I consider my wife cute. Are there people out there better looking than my wife? Yes. Are there people cuter than my wife? God knows. She's 4'11", and before she got pregnant was really fucking tiny, for the most part. To me, that's fucking adorable.
Okay. So here's another one that video games are bleeding over into real life, and I love it. Vietnam cops to mass produce fishnet launchers to catch traffic violators.
Yes.
Like it's a fucking pistol that shoots a net.
Oh god.
Let
That's what we need.
me actually pull this up just because it actually has a fucking picture of them.
Just like in Call of Duty, it'll be used in one mission and then never again.
Yep. So here's the net gun. It should be coming up on the stream here in a second.
We're a little delayed, so it takes time.
Yeah. I'll throw this to you guys in the Hangout chat.
So we actually did pretty good tonight. We've had a steady 20 viewers. Usually by, after an hour, we drop down to 14, 15. So it's going to take time, but we'll get people.
It is. I think we still need to be concise. I still think we need a drawing board. We've actually had more interesting chats in our Skype calls today than we've actually had on air in some cases.
It's hard to talk about things twice, right? So what we need to do is go, hey guys, this is what I want to talk about. And we can make a note and like go through it. We just need to have a centralized place for this shit.
It's nice to see that we've got some regulars as well. Still, people that support us, even though half of them are Jerry's friends, supposedly.
Only one is, sadly.
How much are you paying him to chat to come in?
I couldn't pay Jack to listen to me ramble. He's already done that enough.
So I do know we had said we were going to do a call-in show tonight, and I know Edwin wanted to come on, but I don't know what he wanted to talk about. Because I know that we had talked about doing a call-in show. Yeah, he's somebody that listens every now and again.
Oh God, Patton actually posted a picture of himself.
Did he really?
Yeah, he did in the Twitter feed. I'll dump the link to you guys.
Who posted the picture?
Patton.
Patton, is he old as fuck and holding a bowl of Werther's Originals?
He is sucking. He's sucking Mike Tyson's cock. He is, kind of.
I mean,
Wait, what?
He's standing next to Mike Tyson. That's my Mike
Really?
Tyson impersonation. That's
he's standing next to Mike Tyson. I'm gonna fuck you till you love me. I'm gonna fuck you till you love me.
That's how Pigeon does it.
Pretty much.
God.
I mean, is that not how you guys do it? I mean,
I pay my wife to
Wow,
love me. I don't know about you
I
guys.
was told wrong the whole time.
Nobody loves me.
I'll turn my camera on so people can see me for a minute because I'm literally in the basement. Do I look older or younger than 31?
In your younger pics, you look older. Now you look just timeless.
You look like you just got out of fucking college.
Do I?
Yeah.
A little more so.
Yeah. Versus
No,
me.
My cheeks are a little shiny. I don't know why.
Versus me. Let me get my lighting right.
Get your lighting right.
Yeah.
Real model.
It's not a photo shoot, you fuck.
Well, no, because my room is dark.
Yeah, he's like, smile.
I'm making people watch me rock in the chair.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I'm
stroking
just
the
older.
Jesus fuck. So now this is going to be a webcam show. Holy hell.
Now me and Seb just have to go and get webcams.
I've got a webcam, it's just not here.
Just
To be
not
fair,
good.
Serb's jerking it right now, so...
Probably. I mean,
Who
probably.
isn't? I mean, weren't you guys?
I mean, I just threw my pants back on. No, you guys can't see. I actually don't have pants on right now.
You don't?
Well,
I've decided anyway, it's too cold for nakedness. So
Yeah,
I
fuck
sleep
it.
naked
quite cold, so.
every single night. I sleep naked.
I
Forever.
I like that when I know it's like I don't have to get up and face the cold straight away.
So here's the best part about sleeping naked is waking up in the middle of the night to go take a leak and walking, running back to the bed and getting under those extremely warm comforters, and your whole body is warm with the soft, silky comforter.
Yeah, that is pretty heavenly. I'm not
No?
gonna lie about that.
I mean, plus my wife, unless it's that time of the month, sleeps naked, so it's really nice to be too naked.
It's also easier to piss by so much, then you don't have to pull down your pants as well.
Yes.
Yeah, no kidding. Piss by radar is just no.
I piss sitting
Well,
down.
no,
What are you
it's
guys
piss by
talking
sonar.
about?
You have to hear it while it's hitting.
Uh-oh.
That's a far too-
Jerry, turn off your webcam.
Why?
We are not receiving video data at a fast enough rate. Your viewers may experience buffering.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn mine off too.
Yeah, I think for me it would be because I'm using my webcam has a mic and camera, so I'm using
I think it's bogging it down a bit.
yeah because I'm streaming and I have the webcam on broadcasting sound, and I have my other mic broadcasting sound, and I'm streaming, all in one. So, and we got like 50 fucking tabs open.
That doesn't help either.
Only 50
That's like
tabs.
50
Yeah,
instances.
Hey, you guys don't see my fucking research tabs for my paper open.
No. I'm imagining it's like the foul bachelor frog. You know, finish masturbating, close 99 tabs.
Except for he's just like he's in the mid-60s.
Because I think one of the ones that was my favorite was shit stains in the toilet, blast it with piss.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's true.
everyone else.
I mean,
No, go finish what you were saying. Sorry, I didn't mean.
no, I was just saying it's true. Hasn't everyone here tried to blast shit stains off the toilet with piss?
Absolutely.
Like a game.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I don't know if anybody plays this game. You know, in urinals when they've got that like cover at the bottom.
Oh, you try to
and
erode the cake or shoot through one of the holes in the urinal.
No, well, I try it, and when I go for a piss and I see one of those covers over the hole at the bottom of the urinal, I just always quote "Stay on target" and just from Star Wars and just try and piss straight through the hole.
Do you shut your eyes too?
No, because that's use the force. That's that's turning targets off. No, I'm doing Porkins. Stay on target.
Oh God. What about oh God. I just lost the thought. Oh, hey, we need to organize the Big Bill Hell's used cars challenge pissing. You can piss 6 feet up straight in the air. You get no down payment.
I know I'd have to hold it in for a while.
Are we turning into Howard Stern here?
Nah, we haven't fingered anybody on stream. We haven't had a celebrity write a Sibian yet, so we're good.
That's true.
The only way we could do that is if if Pigeon gets a webcam and shows himself cybering to someone again.
Oh dear.
ASL?
Well, I could. I don't know if that would bring in more viewers or less.
Less. Always less.
17F Moon.
So, Edwin... Edwin asked... what did he ask? He asked something. Where was it?
Isn't anyone
Young
coming
Squires. Yeah, I'm going to bring him on after we answer this question. Young Squires, in your real life circles, is anyone aware of Gamergate? My answer to that is yes. So my old man recently had surgery, and I went to visit him at the hospital. And when I walked in, he was listening to Total Biscuit's "Oh, so you're angry" or whatever SoundCloud that was.
That don't impress me much.
Yeah, I forget what the title of it was, but he was listening to Total Biscuit, and he proceeded to tell me how he's been quietly following Gamergate on Twitter. So my old man is. How about you guys? Serbs, you said your coworker is, right?
No, my co-worker's an SJW. Well, my ex-co-worker. I no longer work at that place. Right. My best female friend is aware of Gamergate from my perspective, even though she's a feminist. She hasn't wholly disagreed with me for a change, which is great. 2 of my buddies in the War Games community are definitely anti-Gamergate. And I've had some interesting discussions with one of them. The other one, basically, I just don't want to even cross that bridge. And one of my other friends is really neutral and can understand our argument, can also understand the mass media's argument, and he's just basically sitting on the fence. He has no horse in this race at all.
Well, my friend Jack usually comes on, so there we go. And my friend, one of my other friends, is actually aware of Gamergate as well. I've kept him aware since it was on 4chan on V.
Cool.
Pigeon.
Pigeon.
You could actually, go on V to talk about this kind of thing.
What?
Yeah, when you could go on V. When it wasn't getting just fucking banned left and right. I'm still waiting for 4chan to actually get a shadow ban thing like Reddit does.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think he just
Pigeon.
says he'd be banned or suspended.
Pigeon, do you know anybody then in real life? Since we're gaming it.
Not hugely, to be honest. It's not the kind of thing that I talk to. Well, the most I go is when I'm online. I talk to people like, "Have you heard the message of Gamergate?" And they usually listen and are quite interested.
So I just saw something fly by from Liz on my Twitter feed on TweetDeck, and
Also,
it was someone named Maya Inamura who says, "I want and it gives Matt Taylor's Twitter handle. I want Matt Taylor to personally ask this campaigns for the money instead of the watch and donate it all to a women's shelter. If Matt Taylor accepts that watch, then we will have our answer. Dude is just a misogynist."
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What? If you accept a gift, you're a misogynist?
Because of Shirtgate or Shirtstorm.
I don't care the reason. It doesn't matter. If you accept a gift, it makes you something. No, it makes you somebody who accepted a gift, which is the gracious thing to do.
And you know what they fucking did? They linked to that Indiegogo project page to get Matt Taylor the watch.
Well, cool. More money.
Yeah. And they keep linking to it. What do I have to do to get people to raise $18K for me? Seriously, hook a girl up.
The thing is, that's not $18K just for Matt Taylor. They're gonna buy watches for, I believe, the whole Rosetta project.
Yeah,
Like the whole team.
Here's the stupid thing. She keeps fucking linking to it. Don't ever tell me that men don't benefit from misogyny. Bro wears a sexist shirt. People raise $18K for him, and she keeps linking to the fucking Indiegogo page.
Who keeps linking to it?
Someone by the name of Maya Inamura.
Right.
Yeah, just a crazy as fuck SJ. I'm actually gonna read.
Here's if you ever listen to this, whoever the fuck you are, fuck off.
Yeah.
Just fuck off.
Yep.
From everyone at Gamergate in real life, fuck off.
Yeah, here's the description that they give on their Twitter feed. Science writer, Columbia alum, a woman with opinions, views are my own.
Yeah, and add this. Fuck off.
Just
No one cares.
Fuck off.
fuck off.
That's just fucking, I mean, well, then again, like Total Biscuit said in one of his speeches, they tried to stop all these charities that Gamergate was giving money to from taking the money. What the fuck kind of person do you have to be to stop people from doing good things? You know what I mean? And that's essentially what she's trying to do. She's trying to stop, in her mind, she's probably trying to have him do something good. But it's just, fuck off. I don't even know
because
what I'm
it's
trying to
under the threat. No, because it's under the threat of you do this or you're a misogynist. That's
do
under a
this or
threat.
else.
That's a threat. So she can fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
She can, yep. Do this
So
or
angry. I'm so angry about how this guy has been treated, how anything nice that people have done has been fucking perverted by absolute ignorant shitbags with an ideology to fucking push. Stop pushing ideologies.
Yes. Yes. That's all I can say to that. Other is agreement.
Oh,
That
so
almost
angry.
sounds like a parody account to me.
I don't think it is. That's the sad part.
I'm in bed right now and I can't be bothered to investigate, but just fuck off. Let's move on. Let's just move on.
She also links to the Julian Blanc thing.
No, let's just move on.
Yep, let's just get off that. I've closed the
Spin
page
on.
and we're moving off of that.
Thanks.
Fuck off. I just want to say it one
Just
more time.
fuck off, please. Now, fuck the please. Just straight up fuck off.
Mm.
I'm just, I know you said let's move on, but like, why does Michael keep saying code? What Michael?
Now, here's something. You know how people say, I don't want to live on this planet anymore?
Mm.
I like this planet. You get the fuck off.
Yeah.
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 Just go see Rosetta. Just go fucking visit it and wave hello.
Mm.
Without a spacesuit.
Yeah, without a spacesuit. Just leave the spacesuit at home. So I know we're about 75% certain she's going to be joining us, and I really hope she does.
I really hope she does, because I hope she can give a message out to, just people about what Matt's character's like, and, just because I'm sure that these assholes have probably contacted her and fucking given shit,
I don't know.
throwing shit her way.
I haven't seen much on Twitter about that. I'd be curious to see if they have, or if they've just completely ignored the fact that that shirt was designed by a woman.
It probably didn't fit their agenda that it was designed by somebody who's quite empowered and, who's, that shirt is quite sex positive, and it's quite empowering in some respects. So, yeah, I doubt she fits their narrative, so they probably just ignored her. Oh, God, I'm still so angry about stupid people. Right, let's move off to something else. Come on, completely.
Well, Edwin joined, if we can hear.
Who's Edwin?
I heard him move the mic.
Is this any better?
That's
Yes.
Yeah, I had an interesting conversation with Jerry this week via Twitter.
You sound old. Wait, you sound old. Are you the oldest person we've had on the stream?
I may be.
Sweet. I like old people. Anyways, go ahead.
But then talking with Jerry and listening to what some of these people are complaining about, it is the absolute insanity.
Yeah, and insanity is the nice way of putting it.
But it's not even a rational agenda, and I keep telling people, you got the literally who's advocating for all this stuff. It's for monetary gain. They're hoping Gamergate goes on as long as possible, because every month this goes on. I mean, who had heard of some of these people before? And now they're on Fox News, they're on Comedy Central, they're on everything. It's, they don't want this thing to stop anytime soon.
No, the only one I've heard of before this is Anita Sarkeesian.
Right.
Literally, the two other literally who's, I had no idea they even existed.
That's why Gamergate has to continue to push towards an actual conclusion itself before profiteering just completely sets in, and I'd say on both sides. The only profit that I'd want to see for people is for the message basically to be out there, and for people to make their own minds up based on the evidence that we've provided, and to hopefully move on from the sort of state of affairs that, we have a lot of ethics policies now in place in some places. We're not going to get Gorka to sign up to anything like that, or Kotaku. But I think it's enough that we're there, and we're kind of... I mean, they're pinning stuff on us. They're pinning shirts. One article basically insinuated that we were the ones behind... Gamergate was the one behind Shirtstorm. It's ridiculous. They keep trying to perpetuate Gamergate's existence. It's
because it's good press for them.
What? Sorry?
It's because it's good press for them. They have a controversy to report on.
So Edwin, you're the one I believe I was talking to on Twitter. You asked me. I made that tweet about my dad. I think you were the one who asked me. He must, you think he's in the same age bracket as you, so he must.
Yeah. Your father. Well, your father's a little bit older than me. But just, I'm in my early 40s. Based on the way I grew up, where I grew up in the rural South, and then serving in the military, my mindset is probably closer to that of an older generation.
Yeah, I can see that. My dad's 64, 65. He just turned one of those two. I don't remember. And as I was telling you on Twitter, my grandmother was born in 1918, lived until she was 92, 93 years old. And you listen to her talk about oppression, right? Because I talked to her about, what was it like to finally be able to work? What was it like to, live through the 60s and to be liberated? My grandmother experienced real fucking oppression as a woman, right? Zoe Quinn, Anita Sarkeesian, and all these other fucking women out there, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Talk to somebody from that generation. You know what I mean? Like,
I think what happens, people's perceptions shift to their conditions. And it is likely that all of the literally who's come from families that are probably in the top 10 percentiles of incomes. Wasn't one of the literally who's given like $200,000 to start a business?
Yeah, to make a video game.
To make an animation studio, I think was.
And I'm sure a sex change operation probably runs upwards somewhere of $100,000. As of this year, the median household worth in the United States is only like $35,000. So
yeah,
these people, they're looking at their lives and say, well, I've had all these opportunities, I've had all this money, I've been able to get this education. Everyone I know is wealthy because, people associate with people like them. And then they extrapolate this idea of white male privilege onto the vast majority of people who have, that's not their experience.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, the way I see it is they look at, so here they are, right? They come from a rich family, a successful family. Their mommies and daddies are highly successful. They have all this money, and then they fail. And they've never failed before in their life. Like Internet Aristocrat has said, they grew up in this everybody gets a trophy society, right? They grew up in this society where everybody's protected them from failure. So when they get out there and finally fail, they don't understand the concept of maybe it's me. They have to come up with a reason why it's not them. And that reason is the white male. That reason is oppression. It's the patriarchy. It's something. It's never their fault. It's somebody else's. Because if mommy and daddy could be rich, why can't I? What did I do, It's not what did I do wrong. It's how is everybody else wronging me?
Sure. And there's a common narrative in some of their social circles. And there's, if you know what normative behavior is, there's an intense pressure for these people to express the correct ideas. And if they don't display that correct ideological purity, there's a lot of pain and ostracization.
Yeah, and that's, we're seeing that here very plainly. Think like us or you're shit, right? You're either us or you're not us. And it's fucked up, right? But as, what's his name? You Brit Bronx, no, Bransky? Is that his name? Bronsky, however you say it? That picture he posted is just about right? Your thoughts, your more, I forget how he put it, but it was basically your morals don't make you a better person, your behaviors do. And that's the piece they're missing, right? They don't behave like better people. They think they're automatically better because they think differently.
Well, there's an old quote in Cerebus, maybe academic enough to remember it, and it's something along the lines of like a tyrant or bully eventually gets tired, and he'll leave you alone. But someone who is bullying you or tormenting you for your own good is tireless. And so to tie this in, I see like the shirt storm or the shirt gate as a different facet of the same dynamic of Gamergate. The social justice part, maybe not the corruption in media part, but the social justice facet.
Half asleep here. The problem is that Gamergate was embroiled with the social justice part, and it's kind of a diversion from the ethics, because that's we are in a broader cultural war, but playing the same tactic, we're never going to be able to rid these people, because you're never going to kill an idea, essentially.
Sure.
So we have to cooperate with these people. Gamergate has clear ways of ridding potential corruption, or at least exposing potential corruption, which is something that we do want to remove from the equation. And we kind of conflate. The problem with Gamergate is that we got hung up on this idea. We got involved with, and there are legitimate concerns about the infiltration of SJWs into academia. But again, you're not going to rid them, but you've got to at least highlight, again, like the corruption, that these people exist, that they're pushing a particular narrative, an agenda which justifies their own existence with them in academia, and is trying to subvert a message which profits them in whatever sort of way. It's the authoritarian left that we are fighting. Gamergate needs to realise that it has to fight the ethics and journalism battle, but it has to be aware of the broader social context and political context at the same time, but has to try to remain neutral, politically speaking, to accomplish its goals. Well, that's what I feel anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, and I would disagree with you. I think Gamergate is probably one of the most poised. I'm going to call it a movement. I understand it's not a movement. So maybe I'll rephrase. I think Gamergate's one of the most better poised conglomerate of people to push back than anybody else in the history of these people shouting over other people, right? Because gamers, one, have never cared about what their image was, and that's because our image was always shit, right? So you can't shout at us and tell us we're sexist, because you know what? We've already been murderers, rapists, child peddlers, child pornography peddlers. You know what I mean? Like Jack Thompson and our parents and Congress and everybody else who came before it made us everything else. So you can't tell us we're sexist and have us like back down. So while I agree with you, we need to continue to push ethics, I also think Gamergate is astronomically poised, in a good way, to take a stand against these fuckwads.
Well, part of that is probably the dynamic. And just think about the common cause for a minute. And I know there's people who want different things from Gamergate, but think what Gamergate has brought together. It's brought together atheists. It's brought together right-wingers. It's brought together poltards. It's brought together leftists. It's brought together conservatives, Christians. Our opposition talks about diversity all the time, but Gamergate is literally probably one of the most diverse movements that has ever organically emerged.
It's fucking phenomenal too, isn't it? I mean, so here I am. I'm not wealthy, but I'm pretty well paid, right? I'm uneducated though. Here's Serbs and Jerry who are fairly well educated. One's a British guy, one's from the U.S. The other guy's I don't know what we call pigeon. A man loving, woman loving.
Bisexual.
Dick pushing. I don't know what we call pigeon. I'll come up with something to call it.
Dominant bisexual, I believe, is the correct term.
Dominant bisexual. There you go.
Even Pigeon has been to university as well.
Well, but he's still bisexual, so that makes him stupid. Ooh. Okay. Anyways.
And I noticed a lot of the other side. That other side is full of an awful lot of white people.
Yes.
It is. I mean, but let's not kid ourselves here. Who's white in this chat?
All of us. As far as I know.
Edwin might not be.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it doesn't have to, it doesn't have to divulge or whatever. But we are diverse to a degree, and I know a lot of our vocal opposition is white as well. But these are generally people, which is kind of ironic as well. I sometimes like to think that we think of ourselves as quite as diverse. But again, some of our most vocal proponents are a white majority.
Well, just because they're white, though. I mean, think about it. So you got Christine Summers, right, as a feminist woman. You've got Milo Yiannopoulos, who is a homosexual Christian. You've got...
so strange to me.
Okay, yeah. A Catholic, a homosexual Catholic Greek man.
Yeah, exactly. You've
got very shameful man.
I know you don't like me, or you're not that you don't like her, but you got Jenny Barrage, right? Who is Native American Canadian. You've got
no Indian Canadian. There's a difference between Native American and Indian.
We haven't declared war on India, so we don't know it. That's America's philosophy.
We occupied India.
But Gamergate is literally a walk into a bar joke. group.
It is.
I guess when you boil it down, yes. But I still see a lot of our most vocal people being white, middle-ish class.
Well,
Let's
let's clarify that.
as
Call it
well.
ideological diversity.
Absolutely, 100% agree with you. We have been
And-
allowed to disagree within our own movement with other people most of the time.
Most of the time, there have been those that have tried to censor us, as we've had tone policing, and because I mean, not everybody in this call agrees with the same sort of outcomes and what we're trying to actually sort of achieve, but we agree on some core fundamental issues. I mean, I won't actually back down from the SJW claim. I just don't think it is inherently necessary for us to win the ethics battle, and sometimes hinders us a little bit. I think after that is done, if people want to take up the mantle of fighting SJWs and pushing back against this kind of enforced progressive shame, I'd call it. It's shaming people into thinking like they do, because I mean that the loaded questions that, you know, do you believe in equality for females? Yes. Oh, you're a feminist? No.
I'm a humanist. There's a difference.
It's
Cerebus, it's that Trojan horse ideology. So it's something. It's firstly, it spells something that you would almost have to be inhuman to argue with. You know, medical care for third world girls. Yeah, I'm in support of that. And then all this insanity is just right underneath that thin layer.
Oh, it is. You've hit the nail on the head there, man, because I have a massive crisis of conscience with regards to some of the ideas of social justice. It's hard to argue with something that's so... the vocabulary itself invokes fighting for right. And I can understand why so many people wouldn't question that, you know, on face value. But it's what comes... And that's the propagandist wet dream, is where you offer something to people that's so palatable and hides so much insidiousness that they want that, but they can cause that crisis of conscience in people that are introspective, and it's really fucking dangerous. It's honestly fucking dangerous.
Yeah, the question is here, how can they, you know, with a lot of the shit some of these people say, how can they even look at themselves in the mirror without saying, I'm a terrible human being?
Because they think that they are right. There are so many people that think they're right.
You know what, I honestly, you know someone I actually wonder about?
Who's
I
that?
wonder about that girl with the Gamergate harassment. You remember her, the girl that said she was just being a good feminist and someone found her?
Oh, yeah, what about her?
I wonder what happened with that.
He
Like-
posted a follow-up, and now I would have to dig out the link, but he did post a follow-up with that. Though some people were saying it was fake, so who knows. But anyways, the follow-up was fake, not the original post. That's actually been verified. What was I going to say? Fuck. Oh, so here's the thing. I wear my emotions on my sleeve, and I frequently act before fully thinking about what I'm saying and what I'm doing, right? But I always, at the end of the day, reflect on what I said and what I did, right? And if I truly believe what I said, and if I didn't, I would correct it. You know, I would either correct myself, I would apologize if I had to, whatever that is. I don't feel like these people do that. I don't think they're into that whole introspection, right? I don't think they're stopping to, like, look and say, do I really believe all people who disagree with me should be gassed? I don't think people are stopping to say, do I really believe that?
Even in extremists, though, that's the most extremist example, that those that disagree with me shouldn't have a career, shouldn't have a future, shouldn't, you know, it's got to the point where disagreeing now is almost illegal in their eyes.
Well,
Because
Sarah,
yeah, sorry.
it's almost like it's almost a mindset that is almost like a narcissistic conditioning, combined with religious zealotry, and your disagreement is not just harassment, but it's sin, and it's almost heresy. It's that level of it's not just disagreement.
No, yeah, I can. It's funny you say the word narcissist, because I've been saying that these people are complete narcissists that we are dealing with. You have to have a bit of it to get up and stand up in front of people as well, and stand on a soapbox and proclaim your bullshit in the first place. I think so. Even that's not why everybody. I mean, that's why not everyone can appear on a stream, for instance. You have to have a bit of that, I guess, but a healthy sort of. I think you've got to have that kind of balance.
You have to have a healthy skepticism.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You didn't want. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
What I was going to say is, Cerebus, I think that in some way Gamergate has already won with regards to the ethics thing. I don't think among the vast majority of reasonable people that anybody will take any of the Gawker websites seriously. I doubt that Gawker will ever be closed down completely, and it would probably be a bad thing. You kind of want a forum like Gawker Kotaku so that people can see the crazy, right? You want to have a few examples where people can give them a megaphone, let them show you exactly how crazy they are, so everybody can say, "Yeah, right there, batshit insane."
See, that's
why.
Go ahead.
That's why the Daily Mail still exists in this country. I think as a bit of a kind of reminder. I mean, there are people that obviously read it, but you know the type of people, and you kind of avoid them. And I mean, Pigeon and I both agree that Gawker won't burn, and I think we were naive in the beginning to think that would be a fantastic thing to watch it. And we understand, even from a capitalist sort of frame, if they were making losses through the loss of advertising, it would take almost mafia level of corruption to bring them, to heal legally. But financially, they could run at a loss for ages. Massive corporations, the Kinja organisation that does own all the Gawker subsidiaries, could run at a loss for years, based on how they've been going for so long already. Pigeon, are you there?
I don't think he is. No, he's muted. So
Pigeon.
I see him muted. So yeah, we lost him.
No, I'm here.
Yeah, this fine gentleman here has said, Gawker, probably shouldn't burn. So, that's been, and probably won't, and that's something me and you have been saying for quite some time. So.
Yeah, exactly. No, I totally agree. It's just a bit naive, I think, to see that. But like, it might hurt them, but so far we don't know where that line is. So it shouldn't be the main focus, because it could be less than we're thinking. It could be more. We have no idea to tell if we actually heard them or anything. But I don't know. It just seems like the possibility would be far in favour that it's not really hurting them as much as some people would like to believe.
How many viewers have we got at the moment on the show?
We are at 18.
It's a shame that we lost 2.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, we gained one. We gained Natty Nasty.
Oh.
I was going to say something. Oh, so here's the thing. And maybe this is me getting a little tinfoily, but to me, a lot of the problem is, and a lot of the reason I'm here, outside of just the ethics of journalism, is this starts at such a young age, because it really starts to really manifest itself within academia, right? And most children go through academia at a time where their brain is completely malleable, that they're able to essentially brainwash people like Georgie Tate and Brianna Wu and Zoe Quinn and Anita Sarkeesian to buy into these radical ideals because, I mean, when you're 16 in high school or you're 17 in college, you don't really know what the fuck the world is, right? You have no idea. So if somebody says, hey, anytime you fail, it's not your fault, it's the white man's fault, and you hear that time and time again, every single time you get an F, you know what? We're going to change that to an A because you just got fucked by the white man. You're going to buy into it, and you're going to eventually start perpetuating that.
Well, and that's the thing. They target the younger generation because they know they're impressionable. They know they're trying to find their identity, and it is easy to grab someone's identity when they're in the process of finding their own and shape it to yours.
Yep.
Hey, look at Jenny Goodchild as a perfect example of that.
Totally.
Indoctrination incarnate.
Yeah. I wonder if she is actually smart or not.
What's that, sorry?
Jenny Goodchild. I wonder if she is actually smart or not.
She's good at regurgitating what somebody's probably told her. I'm at university, she's it sounds like rote learning, basically. But I'm not. I don't ever really. There's a point of like intellectually arguing with her, but if you were just to have a base conversation with her, I don't know how that would go exactly. Where if you just go, well, that's a load of shit, Jenny.
Sargon tried it.
What's that?
Sargon tried it.
Sargon got flustered by Kafka traps, which I don't blame him for, really, because
when you're arguing with someone, it's hard to genuinely identify one.
I've noticed too when Sargon speaks with people live, he is projecting. He's saying to myself, okay, I'm a rational person. I think through things. I try to be thoughtful. I try and keep an open mind. And you can hear him extending that same benefit to the person that he's speaking with.
Yeah, he does that a lot, which is great of Sargon. But I think Serbs could probably answer this. I wonder if he realizes most people he talks with from the other side aren't like him. And that rationality, that logical thinking, that ability to question oneself.
Yes, but in doing so, I think he hopes that it will expose them as the truly disingenuous person that they are. Jenny Goodchild was good. The thing that turned from a discussion into or a conversation into a debate. It wasn't. It was a big Jenny Goodchild one. It was. I've never been in such a difficult position in my life before because I knew that she was baiting, with answering questions with questions, being a complete. I don't think she actually answered any of those questions.
She didn't. She deflected and shifted the goalposts constantly.
I will say this for Sargon before you continue, just to cut you off real quick while you're talking about it, is and everything else he's done after that, he seemed to have definitely learned and taken his experience and used it going forward. So good on Sargon. Now continue.
So as we said, she moved the goalpost, but I don't think we'd have got a proper answer out of her anyway. Remember that she said herself she doesn't really consider herself a video gamer.
And you got to remember the only person that really could even try to draw a solid answer out of her, and I hate to give the endorsement, King of Pole did. Because he threw her off kilter.
Yeah, by coming at it, I guess she didn't know how to handle aggression. It was a blunt force sort of trauma approach, which I guess was unfortunately the only way that would. Well, to be honest, I would have to go back and listen to that. I was cringing internally within during having to sit there. I don't know if you guys kind of comprehend how fucking painful that really was. I only got to ask at least one question in there, and I didn't get to rebut her answer that she gave as well, which was why I asked her why she chose feminism over something like egalitarianism, and I was going to extrapolate on that. if I'd have got the opportunity, but I completely didn't get that at the time. Because it's one of the questions that I do, it focuses the mind that, especially their argument at the moment is that feminism is for everybody, man or woman, it's all about equality. It's now muddying the issue that, and Jenny Goodchild was definitely one of the ones that said feminism is now about, feminism is more important than the egalitarian issues because it deals with feminism, female issues as a president, basically. So it isn't just about equality.
Yeah, I would agree. I will say, now we're sort of getting off topic maybe from what Ed would want to talk about or not, I don't know. But I laugh and I cringe every time, and I've listened to it a couple times, 3-4 times now, the Sargon interviewing Georgie Tate. I've never heard Sargon stack overflow in his brain. But every time Georgie Tate said something in response to Sargon, he was like, I okay. Like, he had no idea where to go with what he was saying. I've never heard Sargon seem so frustrated.
But Georgie Tate, we have to understand, was a radical example of what... I don't even think he understands what he was really saying. I think that guy is quite emotionally damaged.
I don't know, they were saying he was reaffirming his desire for genocide with Mike Cernovich.
No, I don't think so. I caught that. From looking at it, I think he was admitting that it was hyperbole, and he was saying, okay, if you guys are going to insist that I was saying it literally, then now I'm going to say that that's what I meant literally. But I think he was saying hyperbole. Has anybody seen any of the Arthur Chu interview with David Pacman?
I did.
Yeah.
What I noticed is that the longer Mr. Tate spoke with Mike C., his voice, his cadence, his patterns almost took upon the same sound as Arthur Chu's. I just heard a lot of unexplored ideologies, a lot of muddied philosophy, and the same malformed thoughts that kind of all just come back to that center point, essentially because vagina. I don't know how else to say it,
Yeah, I noticed that too. I didn't watch the Mike Cernovich, but I noticed it when Georgie Tate was speaking on with King of Paul. I noticed it with Brianna Wu, and maybe I noticed something different, but maybe not. I noticed it with Brianna Wu, who was on David Pacman. I noticed it with Arthur Chu, and a couple other interviews. It seems the longer the interview goes on, the more angry, annoyed, and upset they get, right? When the interviewer doesn't just take what they're saying at face value and listen and believe it, they tend to get angrier and angrier and angrier, to the point where you see Brianna Wu accuse David Pacman of a hit piece.
Oh, yeah. Chu went after David Pacman hardcore.
No, not Chu. I'm talking Wu. But Chu did too.
It's paranoia. It is. These ones operate in a different sort of... They're completely paranoid. They don't want to be questioned about things which are inherently...
It's like...
No, sorry, go on.
It's like when I watched a documentary on Westboro Baptist Church once, and they asked a kid what a faggot was. And the language they were talking about...
Pigeon! Okay.
Well, no, they kind of... The language they used, like the kids... Like,
sorry, pigeon.
The kids... Well, not a faggot, but a fag, because they Westboro Baptist Church uses that word like it's water. The kids couldn't explain what that was. They couldn't reason out what that was. And I'm getting the same kind of vibe again.
Well, what I would say, someone like Cerebus... you sound like a sharp cookie. You probably have organically arrived at whatever it is you believe and whatever you hold to be true. And that's probably a product of your culture, your education, the people you've been exposed to, and you've sorted through things, you've weighed them. Does this make sense? Is it reasonable? Does it deserve incorporation in my personal philosophy? With these social justice types, it is an intact philosophy that gets pasted onto somebody, and you either accept it in its entirety or you reject it. But if you reject it to them, it's sin, and you can't piecemeal take it in. There's no thought. You've just got to accept it at face value.
Yeah, I completely I agree, because this is where it's dogmatic. It's this is where the argument that feminism should be classed as a religion comes in quite often, and I can see why. It's I mean, I'd have to say, to be honest, I'd never say that even. I'd say my thoughts aren't even complete on everything. I'd say we continuously go through life learning different things. We continually, and I'd hope people would, absorb people's life lessons or stories that they give. Take them with a pinch of salt. Don't take them at face. Don't always take them at face value, but incorporate some of the messages and question and answer in your own head. The validity of these sort of stories, and whether they impact, and whether they leave a story that impacts on your moral code. And I don't think these people that they do that. They are quite self-centered in their own experiences as being the only examples that they hold up. It's all about it's literally a case of me. Again, that goes back to the narcissism. So they've only had their experience. I mean, look at Arthur Chu. He is a complete narcissist. He is an absolute jackass. Look at how he. The only reason that he's probably in Gamergate is to peddle his Kickstarter about the documentary, which is about Arthur Chu. He believes that his story is so vital, so many people have to hear it, while
That's
obviously
so
making money.
strange. I want to hear his story after seeing him talk and listening and seeing the things he says on Twitter and shit. I sort of do want to hear his life story.
That's fine. But his life story can actually be pretty much summed up, not in a way that you have to give sort of money to it. If he was to actually just talk about it, but they have to be vilified. They have to be gratified. It's that, and they have to be presented in such a way which is in the best possible light for them. I think Arthur Chu, just judging by just skim reading the sort of thing, will probably talk about how he was potentially bullied or something, and the strength of character that came through to win Jeopardy or something like that. I can understand some of the messages that he gets, but there are 1,000 more people that have walked much more, valuable lives than he has. So I weigh up his experiences, and I can draw some things from them, but on the whole, just due to the content of his character that he's demonstrated, I know that most of them aren't. I could learn a better lesson from someone else.
Yeah, I agree, but I'm just curious.
I know curiosity kills the cat.
Yeah, and I am pussy. So,
oh well.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah, the thing is, they don't seem to believe in reality, and that's not the way. That's not what I want to say. They don't seem to believe that reality is this thing that exists, and it's kind of like this static reality, right? The consensus of reality. I mean,
objective reality.
Reality, right? Maybe is the word I want.
It exists outside of consensus.
Yeah, to them, the only reality that is true is their own reality. And their own experiences are the only thing that matters for their reality. Which, is no different than living in a bubble, right? That's what people. Like, if you live like that, a regular person, a normal person is going to say you live in a fucking bubble.
It's a core lack of empathy. Somebody once said this, that they lack empathy for other people's conditions, for other people's take on things, for how they feel. If they deal in feelings, but their feelings are their own. I mean, if you look at the live journals, the fucking Tumblrs, they don't care about anybody else. They care about their platform, their suffering, as the ultimate fucking expression of, you know, this example of they define oppression. It's like literally the oppression Olympics again, to go back to that.
Gentlemen, sorry to interrupt, but it is wrap up time.
It's a shame.
Edward, we can keep going if you guys want to keep going for a little bit.
I can't because I have work.
Fuck you guys.
I think no, seriously, this is what we do. We bullshit for ages at the beginning, and then it gets good, and then
I know we do it all the time.
We have to draw a rational conclusion to this, and we have to get a notice board somewhere and start fucking writing down our ideas so that we can be more concise in the beginning.
I agree. Ed, we're going to bring you back on so we can keep this, continue this conversation, because I think it's a good one.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you for having me.
Are you following us all on Twitter?
Yeah, I am. My Twitter handle is a little bit different, though.
Oh, okay. Post it in the chat of the Google Hangout, just so I know that I'm following you.
Yeah, the Google Hangout chat. If you don't want it in YouTube, don't post it in the YouTube chat, obviously.
Yeah.
They may take our lives, but they'll never take our wanking.
Oh, God.
Can I come on the next one? Our next call-in stream, yes. Maybe we should do like a schedule of call-ins. We should have people sign up. We only have 20, 25 viewers, but still. Have people sign up for call-ins, and then when we do this every Wednesday, we could just move down the list.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope we move each time. I hope we get a guest on. We take at least 5 more people that start to follow us regularly.
Yeah, I agree. Sunday's going to be big. I hope.
Yeah, Sunday's going to. I hope people are interested too. I hope someone doesn't fucking decide to schedule a stream at the same fucking time.
Who would you listen to? Would you go listen to King of Paul, or would you come listen to Ellie talk?
I'd come here, but I'm not. Remember, there are different core audiences in this. There are people that obviously we're not popular with everybody. So
Yes, we are. We're huge.
I'd like to think
we did have Sargon on one time, and it shot our views to over what was it, 1,000?
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to operate in the boundaries of humility. So.
Yeah.
How long was Sargon in there?
Oh, it was the whole when Ben dropped all that information. Which
yeah, it was.
Has anything come of that?
How long is a piece of string? The problem with the problem with when Benjamin Barber drops stuff, a lot of it is kind of all mapped out in his mind, but kind of all over the place when you drop it to somebody that's almost a layman approaching it, basically, without his. I've listened to him speak, and I just get lost and I get bored.
Yeah, I did too.
Even if it's like pointing out the fucking biggest conspiracy on Earth, even if it's telling me that aliens are underneath my bed and probing my anus every night that I go to sleep, the way that he describes it to me, I just carry on because I couldn't be bothered just to lean over and check underneath.
To be fair, that would be Pigeon's wet dream.
No.
Not quite.
Look, we have Jerry who sucks dick. We need
Yep.
somebody who takes a dick in the ass. That's got to be you.
No.
Okay, that can be Serbs. I don't really care. Somebody's got to take a dick in the ass. Except for we have to have a catcher.
Well, we had to have a pitcher first.
Okay, pitcher, you can be the pitcher.
Okay.
What I do ask of the chat as well, if there are any, is there anybody still on there, Jerry? How many?
Yes, there's people here.
Yes. About 17, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us. Tell somebody in your circles, tell somebody in Gamergate, hey, there's some interesting shit talking and some decent theoretical conversation that takes place here. Try and bring another body along. Bring a body along on. So definitely try and bring one in on Sunday.
Definitely.
Definitely on Sunday.
Yeah, we'll definitely try and make the Wednesday Wankathon a bit more concise with our spurting.
A little bit more concise and a lot more humorous.
Yeah. And yeah.
And that's it.
Although we did say the round table was going to happen on Wednesday, so
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna try and clean it up, but chill for us is what we're saying, right? We do want to get we don't care if we're huge, but a decent sized following who likes listening to us. We really enjoy doing it. And if you guys enjoy us, help chill for us.
Yeah, it's not monetizing. We're not interested. What we want is to add more ideas. Not create an echo chamber. I mean, we had some people that disagreed during the rebuild thing, but a lot of that was just bollocks. And we even invited a person on, and they're like, "No, I've got to go now. No." And but we'll always speak to people. So yeah.
So Sunday, to reiterate, about a 75% chance. It's looking good that Ellie will be joining us.
It's also looking earlier.
Yes, it'll definitely be earlier because she's Britbong.
It'll be about 3 or 4 o'clock EST.
And
around 3-4 o'clock Eastern.
And we'll also let the guys who run the GG stream bot know we're going to be going earlier. Although I don't think anybody actually listens to that.
Actually, people do.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many followers has the GG bot got now?
I don't know. Who knows? But Sundays, once we hear from Ellie, if we can start, actually advertising that she'll be on the stream, I'll definitely put it on Kotaku in Action and Tumblr in Action, because I think those two websites would really want to hear from her.
I'd say let's try and schedule a conversation for Saturday so that we can start advertising it earlier.
Well, yeah, but I would even have either you or Jerry, the two who's been conversing with her, ask now, say, hey, can we start getting the word out? We want people to be able to hear what you have to say.
Jerry can do that. As I said.
You've bowed out, yeah, we know.
Yeah.
But I honestly want people to hear what she has to say.
Okay, I'm going to start fishing for a guest for next Sunday. I'm going to try and see if there's anybody I can work out.
Cool. So let's see what else. I will get something set up for us, even if it's right now just a Google Doc, something that we can all kind of conglomerate our thoughts on and be a little more formal here.
Okay.
And we should probably start thinking of actual questions to ask Ellie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we should do that.
Definitely.
I don't know if you've given more thought to a website or a forum at all. I'm still.
I'm going to purchase a domain. I'm probably going to buy campfiretales.tv.
Okay.
.com is taking. I could do .org, but that wouldn't be right. So probably .tv.
Okay.
And we could talk about what kind of content we're going to put up there. Mm-hmm. Who's the next guest? We've been saying it. Ellie. What's her last name?
Ellie Prizeman.
Ellie Prizeman is a high chance she's our next guest. She designed the shirt for Dr. Matt Taylor of Shirtgate.
Or Shirtstorm.
Shirtstorm, Shirtgate, whatever you want to call it. Are we done? What's the deal? I'm shivering. I'm outside smoking.
As far as I know, that's it. I got us some outro music ready.
Big shout out to Pigeon for helping us get the overlay sorted out as well.
Yes.
I hope you guys like the new sort of overlay. It's a bit more sort of professional, I guess. And it looks really good. And yeah,
We're a big fan of it. We hope you guys like it.
yeah, it's a big help in getting us organised. So thanks, Pigeon.
Indeed, Pigeon.
Thanks.
I tip my dick to you, Pigeon.
Well, thank you for the compliment. I guess it was actually big, but I thought it's quite cool.
It is quite cool. Let's see what else. Edwin, thanks for joining us. We will bring you back on because the conversation started to get really interesting. But it's 11:40 Eastern time. Oh, he dropped off. So
that's it.
Okay.
So one last thing. Patton says he wants Jerry's nipples. You owe him nipple pics.
I will give
one
Patton. Go ahead.
Oh, one last thing before we end. When we end it, just hang about in the when we go off air. Just hang about a sec.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Cool. And we will see you guys Sunday. Thanks for joining us. It's been fun. Remember, if you like us, shill us. I'm not going to shill the channel. If you guys want to follow, you can follow. But if you like us, help shill us.
If you guys will wait about 5 minutes, I'll get the music going, and I'll kill the full stream at the end of the music.
What music?
I actually have some outro music.
Oh. Okay. Tell me when to end it.
All right.
Are you going to kill the Hangout audio?
If I can figure out how to, I will. Let me see. What can I output to? I'll see what I can do. So with that, we bid you all good night.
Bye-bye.
But we don't know if they're going to still hear us as we chat in the Hangout chat.
Yeah.
Oh, pregame or right attended. Oh. He left. He asked question in group chat.
Actually, well. So, I think that's a stream, gentlemen.
Are we off air? You sure?
I can't turn it off air. You would have to cut our audio. So, I don't know. They're like listening to us go, we don't know.